introduction, you know.
How are we looking out there? Hello, YouTube.
Oh yeah, we're live right now. See.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna start showing.
Is it showing up already? And Denard.
Ooh. Oh yeah.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Hello, YouTube. How you doing?
We are live.
Man.
What up, Lemonheads?
I'm excited.
Yeah, I miss y'all boys, man.
Yeah, dude, it's good,
Right,
man.
yeah.
Miss you, man. I miss you.
We took a bye week last week. It was the most uninteresting week in sports, and we just took the week off, man. TD was out in California doing his NFL Network duties,
Trying to find
That's
myself.
right.
trying to find his back at the mothership.
Ooh.
Ooh.
But before we begin, Lemon City Live is brought to you by Soccer Shape, the ultimate in gamified fitness. Ever wondered how pro athletes train? Have you? Visit soccershape.org to sign up and find out how. Find them on Instagram and Facebook at Soccer Shape. No soccer experience needed. Soccer Shape. Train like a pro.
That's right.
Yeah,
And we are pros.
we are pros. So,
Pro doucher.
Pro Doucher Fungus to my right here. And the one and only TD Speed. While the rest of us are in slow motion, you know. He's just blowing right by everybody.
The Flash.
The Flash over here. Rocking his new Lemon City Live shirt. Show the
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
That's
Real
right.
nice.
Just can you come to our website and order these? The material is so nice. I'm going
Material's-
to actually sleep in it tonight.
Yeah, I like it. All right, so yeah.
So I know it's real.
So okay, so here's the deal.
Who are you
So-
though?
What? Oh, I'm just the Great Patino, a.k.a. Larry Fresh, a.k.a. way too many other names to name. But,
We came up with another one the other day.
oh, what was it?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I forgot. It wasn't that good. It didn't hit the mark. But, okay, so, so what's going on? We haven't done a show in a couple of weeks. We took last week off. The week before that, TD was also out. So, it's his first show back in a few weeks.
I'm sorry, guys.
No, hey, bro,
It's all good.
the mothership called, he had to answer, and then
Yeah.
prior to that, he had a little, he had to do his medical up in Atlanta, make sure that, he's still cyborging it.
My brace is tight. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll call it that.
Yeah.
And so he's back. The trio is back. We're back for Lemon City Live episode 121. Took
right.
us 120 episodes, but we finally decided to go live.
Yes.
So this adds a different element. We've done live podcast at the brewery. We've done a little live streaming during our shows.
Mm-hmm.
But this is another element that's kind of creeping me out. I'm just looking over and I
Yeah?
just see this camera. I'm a little creeped out by the camera.
It's like an eye.
Yeah, just-
Right.
Yeah.
Pretend it ain't there.
Huh?
Pretend it's not there.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do.
I'll try. But
Just forget about it.
for those listening, feel free to comment. Any questions, anything you want us to talk about, anything like that, any inputs that you might have, feel free to chime in.
We do invite constructive criticism.
And non-constructive.
Yeah.
Talk a lot of shit, So this is uncensored, so feel free to, let your passion out. I am drinking a nice ice cold Materva.
I
Ooh.
got this.
Yeah.
This is my go-to honey bun for halftime.
Honey bun right there, halftime honey bun.
I got a fresh beer.
Hey, look at that guy. Yo, I was talking to my bro, and I sent him a
Uh-huh.
picture of the Materva can, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but I thought, how hard would it be if I or not me, but if some guy tattooed this logo right on their neck, Materva for life, right here.
God damn.
That's some hard shit,
With the
right?
detailing? Oh,
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
the whole Materva logo right there, bro. You imagine that, right?
You gotta really love that shit. I don't like it at all.
They need some Percocets for that.
Yeah.
This is
Yo, I
gross.
love Materva, bro.
Nah.
Send the intern over here. She
That must
doesn't
be
like it.
if you're from one of those Hispanic Caribbean countries.
Yeah, for sure.
If you're Puerto Rican or Cuban or Dominican, you like that shit. I don't think any of the other Hispanic people like that.
No,
Spain.
I don't think so.
Your Nika people there? By the way,
No,
nice.
we don't drink that. Yeah, bro, you like it?
That's nice, bro.
Yeah, dude.
That was
A little
the...
Nika flag on the sleeve
Where you get that from?
at Nicaraguan Heritage Night, Marlins game.
Oh man, they had that.
Yeah, she was lit.
That shirt looked lit too.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
What's the big old lady's name?
Oh, La Gigantona. That's my girl, bro. That's my girl.
What's the deal with La Gigantona? What is that?
All right, so back in the day when Spaniards first came to Nicaragua,
That's what
Right.
scared them off.
they used to make fun of women like Spaniard women,
Uh-huh.
because they were all super fucking tall. Meanwhile, the Indians, natives were all really short. So they created this super huge doll that dances around, and they call her La Gigantona, which is Spanish for like
La Gigantona.
the giant lady. Yeah. But there's also El Enano Cabezón, which stands for the big-headed midget.
Wait, that's not the right word.
I mean, no, that's what
But we can say it on our show.
That's
Yeah,
what it
okay.
stands for. It's a derogatory term. I'm sorry. I'm just telling you what it stands for. But yeah, which makes fun of the natives.
All right.
So it goes both ways. It's a love-hate relationship.
You know who else goes both ways?
Oh,
Yeah, Gus. Anyway.
Oh.
Anyway, so. Okay, so on today's show, we got a lot to talk about. We usually talk a lot of nonsense, sprinkle in some sports. But I feel like the topics that we have today, as far as the sports go, deserve a little more in-depth, And also, I'm a little happy about one thing. Well, not a little happy. I'm very happy about it.
that we actually added a nonsense show to our channel.
Oh, yeah. Good call on that, Gus. Okay, heads up. So, if you're a friend of the show,
Heads up, 7 Up.
heads up, 7 Up. Put a finger in your butt. Is that
That
how
was
it
one of my favorite games
Wasn't that
growing
how it
up.
goes? No?
I didn't put
Oh.
my finger in my butt.
Okay. So back in the how many episodes has it been? Well, Ferb joined us. I forgot what episode it was, what number, but he's a
80
frequent
something,
contributor.
90 something.
Frequent contributor to the show, Ferb Rojas, the youngest nationally syndicated radio host in the country. Ferb Rojas started his own
Yeah, man.
podcast under the Lemon City Live Podcast Network umbrella.
Tan Seacrest.
Tan Seacrest has his own show now
Nice.
called The Nonsense Podcast with Ferb Rojas. So, you can go to lemoncitylive.com, and there you will find the episode, his whole library of episodes as he goes along. He's going to be releasing every Friday. So that's going to be the plan. So check out this Friday. Last Friday, he released his first episode. Really, really great show. It's more of a, like the name says, it's a nonsense podcast. He's going to sit down, he's going to talk whatever's going on, whatever's trending, a little more entertainment based, and he usually is going to have a guest on every show where he goes through an extensive interview.
Yeah.
So, for instance, we're getting some comments over here. I see someone saying that Tenard wants to punch me in the face.
Oh.
I don't believe that, bro. We're friends, right? Come on, bro.
I love this guy.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. Anyway, so the pod. Hey, bro, come on, man. So on the first episode, he had Chris Van Vliet, right? That's what his name is, Chris Van Vliet.
Who?
The dude from Deco Drive, Channel 7.
Yeah,
So
I don't know.
He came to our
Yeah,
highlight practice, too.
he came to your highlight practice.
Yeah.
Seems like a
Oh,
cool
shit.
dude.
He's very cool.
I listened to the whole episode, and I got a really, really cool vibe from the guy. I liked it a lot.
But I meant no disrespect by just yelling out. Who? I literally don't remember names.
Oh, okay.
It's cool.
Well, yeah, that's
He
Gus.
didn't
Sorry.
remember- He didn't remember my name when I met him, too.
Yeah.
I did not.
Yeah.
So the first episode is with Chris Van Fleet. Check it out. Nonsense Podcast. You can search for it on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google. It's Nonsense Podcast with Ferb Rojas. Or just go to lemoncitylive.com. You'll see it right there. It's on our main page, as well as the rest of our extensive show archive, all 120 prior episodes today. So you can go on there and check it out. That's the new thing going on with the website. That's the new thing going on with us. We also have another podcast in the works that's still being formed. We're looking to join up with another contributor to the show, Abel, to do a little Spanish, a little Español, Interesante podcast. I don't know where, that's a good name, the Interesante podcast.
I kind of like that.
It's a horrible name. But anyway, okay, so we got that going on. So that's what we have lined up, and that's what's been going on. So now that we're all up to speed.
Oh, speed.
Yeah, exactly. So now that we're all up to speed, we're all caught up. What I was trying to say is, guys, this is the last weekend without a football game until after the Super Bowl.
Nice.
How cool is that, bro?
That's amazing.
That's
That
awesome,
actually
man.
gets me excited.
Hey,
Like,
that's kind of it works out great because we only gotta miss 2 weeks of fucking quality sports in between World Cup and
yeah,
football
the
season.
World Cup definitely helped out. Like that
Yeah.
filled that void of
Yeah, man.
the really crappy NBA Finals.
See, technically, you're not missing any football because if you tune into NFL Network, you can watch Inside Training Camp, and it will give you 24/7 coverage of all 32 teams.
What about that? What's that? Is it on HBO?
Hard Knocks. too.
Hard Knocks, yeah, right.
Yeah, that starts
With-
August 7th
I'm actually interested this season with
with
Cleveland.
the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
They are
Got
one
a
of the
cast of
most-
characters.
They're one of the most intriguing teams going into the 2018 season.
What's
Over
that?
under of the amount of games they win.
Over.
For who?
But
Over.
I didn't even say a number.
I'm just gonna say over regardless.
I don't even
15.
know. I don't even know who you guys are talking about.
Cleveland, bro.
We
bro.
kind of just, I spoke about the inside training camp, and then he said something's going on with Hard Knocks, and
Hard
I
Knocks,
said
yeah.
Cleveland Browns.
Hard Knock. Cleveland's got Hard Knocks this season.
Oh, bro. I'm going under. If they're going one, I'm going under.
Nah, they're gonna win a game this season.
Will they win?
Well, that's what they've been saying for 2 years.
Will
They
they be
put
above
one.
6 under 6 games this year?
Under 6.
Oh no.
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure, dude.
yeah.
Oh, man.
You can't go from winning 1 game in 2 seasons to all of a sudden winning 6.
Well, I mean, hold on. The Dolphins went from 1-15 to like 11-5.
Yeah, but not 2 straight seasons of 1-15.
Nah,
That's true.
Like I can talk to my faces blue about how they're trying to get that right over there. They got it right this time.
I
Just
hope
be
so.
patient. Their division is very hard. Do not get me wrong about that.
Yeah.
If they go 1-for-1 in the division and the conference, they will make a wild card. So if they go 1-for-1 on each, that's 8 games right there. That makes them 8-8.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, you guys are talking about way too much about Cleveland Brown football here, okay? This is not the Cleveland Brown podcast.
Okay.
This is not any of that crap, right? It's Lemon City Live podcast, right? We're going to talk a little Dolphins later, okay?
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
We're not going to start with the NFL yet. We're going to start with some other stuff that's a little more pertinent. I like saying that word like that. Pertinent.
Because you can say it.
Yeah. But man, there was something else I was going to mention, and I got thrown off by the pertinent.
Percocet.
Percocet? No. Let
No?
it percolate. Let it percolate. Let it
Percolate?
Mm-mm-mm. No. Okay.
The good old days.
The good old days? Okay. Yeah. It's good old day stuff. What's the good old days? Okay. Oh, no. I remember where I'm going with this. Sorry. My mind's all over the place.
It's all good.
You were at NFL Network.
Oh, I was? Yeah, you were.
Yeah. You know,
Right.
he's plugging in inside training camp over here. You know?
Yeah, seriously.
So make sure you get on that Uverse package or call your cable provider, whoever it is you have. But so you went to the mothership. You were at NFL Network.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that. Like, tell us just your overall impression of being there. Now, you were there. You've been to the NFL's
NFL headquarters.
NFL headquarters in New York
City.
Okay, so you've been there, but you hadn't been to NFL Network.
I've been to NFL Network once.
Okay.
But that was my second time.
Ah.
Actually being there, being involved with production, editing, and segment discussions.
Man, that's good. So you've been to NFL Network, NFL headquarters, and Lemon City Live headquarters and network.
The
That's
trifecta.
crazy.
That's the trifecta.
For sure, man.
That's the trifecta.
Yo,
That's it, you're legit.
This
Holy
is Studio
Trinity.
G605 right
This
here.
is,
You know what I'm
this
saying?
is one. This is 1B.
No. This is,
One A is NFL Network. This is 1B. And then
I'll take that.
I'll take that. That's fair placement. Okay, but so tell us. You were over there. You get there. How was it? Like, how did you feel good about that? They treated you like. What does it feel like, man?
They treated me very well. I came in. I spoke with the guy who got me there. His name was Chris, and a lady named Leia, who were excited to bring me on board. They was in production meetings when I got there. I spoke with LaDainian Thomas. I spoke with Willie McGinnis. They kind of just broke it down on what to expect going into the season. I went through all the stations where we do the editing, where they do. I can't explain it because I'm kind of paraphrasing.
Yeah.
It's so many rooms before the final cut is presented to the viewers, and it can be overwhelming if you've never been a part of anything that's bigger than you.
Did you run into anybody there that the big shots?
I spoke, like I said, I spoke to LaDainian Thomas.
Oh yeah.
I spoke to Willie McGinnis.
Ooh.
Those are the guys who were there when I was actually working, because they was doing TA Total Access and Total Access, and we were into production meetings, and they was asking for advice of like what the segment could be about, and I put my 2 cents in there. Hey, I think we could talk about this, and it correlates with this, and they was like, okay, that sounds like a good thing. So we wrote it down.
We could talk about this podcast.
It's all about making it. When I noticed, and the young lady who I'm cool with, Amber, she's a part of NFL Network. She was at the broadcasting boot camp.
Yeah.
She pulled me aside and spoke to me. And she said, the one thing, once you make yourself relevant and inexposable, you have value.
Oh yeah.
And just always come in, bring your advice, bring your ideas. It may be stupid, but it may not be. It may be stupid to you, but it may not be stupid to them.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, so,
Look at Gus. He's managed to
That's
squeeze out like the absolute value on our show that we can't get rid of him because he's the only one that knows how to do that stuff over there.
And
so he's found value in his unique skill set.
You have to make yourself valuable. I'm gonna be a PA. I want to be working with the editing crew, but I've been invited to go to every production meeting. I've been invited to They gave me the green light to talk. Like, hey, we want your ideas.
Want your
So,
opinions.
yeah,
That's
my
what's up,
opinions.
man.
So when I got that green light, I'm like, yo, I feel like I'm part of the family. I got my badge.
Yeah.
And beep, beep, go in.
Nice.
Hey, what's up? How you doing, sir? I don't know who was important.
Huh.
There's so many
Right.
faces there. I just say yes, sir.
Bro,
no,
just
sir,
say
everybody.
just say hi to everyone, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
No, yes, sir. No,
Oh
sir.
yes, sir. Okay, all right.
Yeah, 'cause
I think when they
I
make
saw
a
you
movie,
also shave too, bro.
when they make a movie about Tanar's life,
Yeah.
it's gonna be called A Life of Badges.
A life of badges.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
technically that's what it's been like.
Yeah,
man. I'll get you a badge. Got a shirt today, so that's
Yeah,
cool.
that's I got,
Yeah.
my, I got my limousine.
That's bad.
But yeah, to Edwin, it was a blessing, brother. Being able to walk through those doors is you can next to ESPN. That's the next best thing.
Damn.
Oh, hey, bro. Like legit. We're happy for you, man. We're
Appreciate it, bro.
legit super
Yeah.
happy for you. We're proud of you as well, man.
Appreciate
Like, you know, on a real, hey, we know how hard you've worked.
Yeah.
We know that we've seen the struggle. We've seen you at Highlight. I almost won some money this weekend, you know, watching you. I had 2 out of the 3 on my trifecta pick.
And I was one of the that did it.
No. You were in,
okay.
you and Jay List were in. The one who let me down was Asir.
Asir.
Asir, yeah.
Yeah.
What did he play? Is he a former athlete or is he
His
just...
dad is the GM.
Ah, okay. But he's got some skill a little bit. I saw he's got some wins. Anyway.
Those wins are fabricated. We're going to have
Oh, okay. All right. Well, whatever. Oh, hot take right there. Highlight hot take.
He's good. I'm not going. He's alright, but his wins don't speak for his talent.
Okay.
All right.
So I'll just say that.
All right.
Man, shots fired.
Shots fired.
I
bro.
love him to death, though. I think he's a good guy.
He's a good dude.
He's a good guy.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. We went out to see you on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
We watched you play a few games. I definitely still think you guys should play 9-point games all the way around. I
Yes.
feel like it's more...
I like that better.
Because after you go with the one round through, or after everybody goes one,
It
you know,
goes
then
doubles.
double points, it's like you get 2 points that you're up at 4, it's like game over
game
right
over.
away. You know, it's too quick.
Yep.
And I feel like anything, like in any sports, you need to get in a groove a little bit. You know
That's
what I mean?
facts. That's facts.
And I feel like with the 9-point game, you can see the guys really like into it a little more. You get just a little extra time.
Only our group, the second group, we're the only group that plays the double points. It's called the superfecta, I believe.
Uh huh.
The first group doesn't play it, and it sucks because it's good for the fans
Yeah.
because, like you just mentioned, you love to see more points. But for us, if we got possible game and I got technically 6 points, I gotta win 2 more times.
Yeah.
And it's aggravating.
I
And
got you.
it's hard to get wins, bro. It's
Yeah.
extremely hard.
Yeah.
Oh my god! But I'm glad you're able to see the transformation.
Where was? Yeah, no, definitely. From the first day that we were there, you can see the skill level's gone up, the
Yes.
jitters have gone down, so that complements the skill level going up.
That's true.
But what's up? Where was LT? No,
Lawrence
Lawrence Taylor
Taylor.
signing
Yeah,
this
he,
week,
he,
right?
he
That's
came
right.
on the inaugural day and he was funny, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Did you get
my
to shoot the
God.
shit with him a little bit?
Yeah, I got a chance to pick his brain a little bit about everything and gave him a little bit inside of me, like insight. Oh, yeah, I said inside.
Inside.
Yeah.
He wasn't inside of me, guys.
Don't give him that, bro.
But yeah, he's a man. He's exactly.
That's a big man.
That's a lot inside.
Like how he portrays himself back in the day. He's the same exact way, bro. Same. It's just old.
I can't see him without picturing him in the Water Boy saying, which brings me to my
Don't
next
do
point.
crack.
Don't do crack. That's all I think about when I see him, man.
Yeah, man, I was like,
He's one of the greatest football players of all time, and that's what I am
Yeah, that's
diminishing
what
him
you-
to. Like,
that's
like,
what you-
Not all his sacks,
can't help
not
it.
him hurting
Yeah.
your thighs, man.
Exactly.
It's just.
and I'm well aware of those things. It's not like other things in sports
Yeah,
that
but
I'm
that's
just
the, one,
oblivious
that's
to.
the one you remember the most.
But damn, Water Boy.
He's funny, man. He's very funny, yo.
Yeah.
But now he wasn't there. Yeah. They should make him a mascot, though.
what?
Oh.
They should.
Is that another hot take there, bro? Friendly mascot, like, hey, I'm LT, the highlight guy.
Run around with a cesta and a pelota, and then
Hey.
for 30 minutes and he gets paid.
Check out my pelotas, you know, touch my pelotas.
Does he live down here, or he's just here a lot?
No, he lives out here.
Oh, all right.
One of our coaches, Leon, is very good friends with him. And LT actually came to one of our practices too.
Oh,
That's not
shit,
the first
that's
time
cool.
we met him.
Yeah,
But yeah, he's around, yo. He loves Miami.
that's what's up,
He's
man.
getting
Who
that.
doesn't?
He's getting that Hall of Fame plus pension money, so he can live the life down here.
Damn, yo, I want to be on that pension Hall of Fame cash.
Yeah.
You know,
We should have been field goal kickers when we
You
had the
gotta put
chance.
20 years
Should've,
and
man.
be a game changer. Not saying that you can't do that, but I don't think you got 20 years in you.
20 years of ball
20
boy, maybe.
20 years.
Do you have to actually be a player? Can you be like an equipment manager or something?
You
Oh, man.
To be a Hall of Famer, no. You can't be the Hall of Famer of equipment manager.
Dang, well, what about Deflategate?
Hey, that guy's in the Hall of Fame.
He's fired.
That's right.
He's Hall of
Yeah,
Fame.
Hall of Fame, you know. But okay, well,
His picture's hanging up in Tom Brady's house.
Yeah.
okay, well, this guy's got making a bunch of money, right? How can we make some money, man? Because I'm hearing this Mega Million is at what is it, 500 and what?
522 million.
522 million.
It's
bro.
amaze balls, man.
I would legit take 1 million, give you guys the 521 and split up, man. I could have some fun with
Stop
man.
it.
I'm serious.
For one, won't let that happen.
Yeah, no.
Send it the intern.
The intern is like, look, I work too hard for nothing. You gotta cut that check. You gotta give them at least 100,000.
She just gave you the stank eye.
Yeah.
Mal de ojo.
They're gonna have to figure it out.
I'm
He
telling
gets the million, I get a lot of it.
Yeah,
That's
lot.
right.
Yeah.
$522 million is you're for one, you can buy a stadium.
Yeah.
That's $500 million. I'm sure everybody's a mathematician out there. They should know how much that is. But
I mean, just 500 million.
You're
bro.
in Miami, there's more estheticians than mathematicians.
Aestheticians.
but the question though, this is what I want to know. If you did win, would you get the annuity or would you take the cash?
Bro, honestly, I'd probably just take the lump sum and just. Okay, I take a lump sum. Let's say they take away more than half of it. I'm still getting like 200 million. You know, that's more than I'll take I'll take 100 million. Just let it just make some more money and give me 100 million to spend on stupid shit. You know, like I said, I tell you on the show, I'd buy a bunch of dumb stuff.
No.
What you do?
I'll take the lump sum. And I'll tell you why.
Go ahead.
Because you never
Because
know.
if you know how to invest the money, you can beat out the annuity with time.
The annuity,
Facts.
That's facts. But the annuity, y'all guys understand too, when the interest goes up on, like say for instance, you gain interest on that annuity. So if it's 522, you're still gaining interest on that.
Yeah.
So when you round that off every year, 29 years, that's about $18 million a year.
Okay, bro. I have more than enough time to spend 200 million. I'm good. That's
I'm
more
thinking
than
about,
enough.
I'm thinking about my kids.
Yeah, bro. You know, and
So,
global warming
That,
might not be
in
around.
29
There's a
years,
lot of
that
shit.
500 million would be probably a quarter more,
Yeah, you'll double it. I know.
20,
Yeah.
almost $1 billion then.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking of the annuity. I know I'm gonna be around for 29 years, and I'm only gonna probably spend $200,000 a year.
No, I know. I'm not gonna spend that much. And I'm like, I'm gonna spend a lot of shit. A lot of stupid stuff. You know,
So
forget-
don't give the lottery back. Again. Like,
No,
don't give it
I
back.
know, man. But you know, it's like.
Well, you're not giving it back to the lottery. You're giving it back to Uncle Sam.
And you give it to
Taxes,
The lottery.
yeah.
The lottery penalize you when you take.
Oh, yeah, they
lump
do?
sum, yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
they take some out, and then it's no state taxes here in Florida, so the federal government takes
yeah.
some out. Yeah.
Ah.
Look at that. All right. Talk money.
That's why I go to the casino!
That's why
Right.
I go to the casino. That's why I hit that roulette
Yeah.
table. By the way, hey, props to your pops. He showed me how to play roulette this week. I mean, I know it's simple. Yeah, just pick a number. But he
You
explained.
know you can put them in.
But he explained.
in
He
the
explained the
floor.
odds.
Yeah, I didn't know
Yeah.
about the quads and the
Yeah,
doubles.
I do the quads all the time.
Yeah, you know, so I'm like, all right, I see this little strategy. Like, okay,
Yeah.
put this here, put that there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I tell you, my dad's super
What?
cool, man.
Yeah, no. If you don't
Your dad
know,
was young, man.
no,
My
if
dad's
you
young,
don't-
yeah.
If you
But
don't
let
know,
me tell
Gus
you.
is Big Gus, because he's little Gus. Big
Yeah.
Gus, as I like to refer to him. If you ever watch the movie, what's the one I always tell him? Snatch.
Snatch. Well,
He's
we
definitely Boris the Blade, the Russian.
we
It's just like-
came to the conclusion that there's a holy trinity. It's Boris the Blade, it's the Dos Equis guy, most
Yeah.
interesting man in the world,
Yeah.
and my dad. It's holy trinity.
I see that.
Your
Okay.
dad looks good, man. He's a
Okay.
very attractive man.
Yeah, he's a good looking dude.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
No, he's legit, man. Like, so he
But
sat
let-
there, and we did the little roulette table, and we're going, you know, like, all right, and he went up pretty quick, and then he leveled out. I went up too, so I like it, man. I could easily just sit there and be like, all right,
You'd be there for hours.
I could be
Yeah.
there for quite a while.
But I want to
man.
tell you a little story. I want to tell the fans a little story of how smooth my dad is.
Go ahead.
So he's there playing roulette. He goes up, right, and then he's like, "All right, let's go home." After he's up like $80 or something like that, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Right, he goes to cash out. Right, he gets his cash, and he just turns right around, looks at me and my brother. He gives us 20.
Yeah, he just drops 20.
He just gives us the 20 each.
Yeah.
I was like, "Well, shit."
I was
like,
thinking-
"Thanks."
I was
Thank you,
standing
bro."
next to him, my hand out, and I was like, I'll take the 5, because he had a 5 too, but he didn't hug it up though.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man. Your dad is dope, yo.
Yeah,
he's
he's good.
legit, bro.
Appreciate
He's
him
definitely
coming to
legit.
check me out, man. I love the support.
Yeah, man, for sure. Yeah, he said he was gonna invite some friends, cause he liked it. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna definitely tell well, I'm speaking like the way I would say it. Is I'm gonna tell my boys to come out to this shit.
Yeah, like tell them, come on, man, spend your money. You know, bet on me. Hopefully, you can bet $1 now. You walk out with a grand because I did something spectacular. But,
Yeah.
You know, it's man
That's the one I gotta hit on. I gotta hit is on the
on
on the highlight. I haven't been able to, you know.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Oh
It's
yeah.
fun though, man. It's fun.
We're getting some comments over here on the live stream here.
Oh yeah. Who that?
Jesse, bro.
Yeah?
He's out there.
What's up?
Yeah.
What's up, bro?
John Wilbur, Handbone.
Oh.
Handbone. What's up? And Irvin Blanco.
Oh, that's my uncle.
Oh, there you go.
Uncle or cousin?
I'm like, yeah,
I
shout out to
can
Irvin,
never
you
be
know?
sure.
Hola,
So,
tío.
oh, Dio. All right,
Pasó,
so
loco, no joda.
what? Oh, dude, you're doing that.
That
I
Nicaragua.
gotta talk
Nicaragua.
Nika every once in a while.
Yeah.
You know? I'm repping with my fucking Nika shirt over here.
There you
so.
go. All right. So let's keep it going here. Like I said, we talked money. We talked a lot of nonsense. We talked about nonsense, and now we're gonna talk about something that's been going on. I got some hot takes about basketball
Okay.
locally. I also want to talk about the deportation of Kawhi Leonard to across the border to Canada. I find that hysterical. That
Oh, damn,
that's
yeah.
Popovich, like that was like a real Don move. You know, he's like, oh, you
Yeah.
want to go to LA? You want sunshine? You want all this stuff?
We had that conversation. Who's
Yeah.
bigger, him or Pop?
Yeah, he basically said, yeah, you know, I got you, no problem.
Yep.
Yeah, so then, and, Lemonheads are so sweet, we're getting some comments there. That, deportation. Anyway, so he you know, this guy comes up to him and says, yeah, I want to go to LA, I don't want to play here anymore, I don't like you, old man, you know, we don't get along, I'm a millennial, whatever it is. And this guy says, all right, I got one last little trick up my sleeve. Yo, Pop is old too, he's like up there pushing 70 or close to it, or maybe at 70 already.
He's probably at 75.
75?
Yeah.
Damn, I don't know.
yeah.
If
He's in his
He's old,
70s.
man.
Yeah.
Phil Jackson is in the 70s.
Well, yeah, Phil Jackson's old as dirt too, bro.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Pop is, you know, he's like, all right, no problem. Come here, I got something for you. Works out a trade. I gotta hand it to him, bro. He got the absolute best return that he could get, because he got a guy
Yeah.
who's a good team player, who's pissed off that his original team, because yo, Toronto did him dirty, bro. DeMar DeRozan,
Real dirty.
bad, bro. I feel real bad for the kid, because he just had a meeting with he had the meeting with the Raptors.
Yeah.
They told him, hey, look, in summer league, we signed you to this extension. You're good. Don't worry, we ain't gonna trade you. You're safe. We're gonna bring you some assets. Ring, ring, ring. Yo, hey, hey, bro, get your passport ready, bro. You're going to San Antonio.
Yep.
You know, and and today Kawhi Leonard got dropped by Jordan Brand.
What?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jordan Brand dropped him, bro. So anyway, so Kawhi gets deported.
And he
Trump's
loses
happy.
his
Yeah.
endorsement. That's
And
crazy.
he loses his endorsement. Still has the cornrows. I mean, he deserves it, bro. I'm sorry. You know, he hasn't figured that part out.
That's the only reason all this is happening to
I
you,
think they
Kawhi.
dropped him because of the cornrows. I think it was like they said
Yeah.
about a year or 3 if you don't honor the contract of cutting those cornrows. We're gonna
Oh
return
yeah,
the contract.
no, this is totally based on the cornrows. You know, yeah, for sure. But now we're getting asked here on the live feed here. Do you think there's any chance that Kawhi would stay in Toronto next year?
No.
Nah.
No, I
He's
think
going
I think it's pretty universal. Although I will put this up there. You know, if we're doing the gambling thing, we're still at the highline. I'm at the roulette table, but I'm actually at the poker table here. You know, I see what you're saying. I call your bet, but I'm gonna raise you a little bit. What about Paul George, bro? What about Paul George? Last year, it was the same situation with Paul George.
That's true.
This guy's a Fresno, California. He's going back home, and I think that going to play in Oklahoma City is worse than going to play in Toronto. I think Oklahoma,
Yes.
there's really
Yeah,
nothing.
I
Toronto's
agree.
like a big
I agree.
city.
Toronto's like a mini New York.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
cool place. You know what I'm saying?
I can agree with that. I don't when
But
Paul
from-
George signed back with Oklahoma, I really scratched my head on that.
Yeah, but
I wasn't surprised. Like, from a basketball standpoint, it makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, Paul George, he wasn't aware yet because he signed before LeBron did.
Yeah.
Before LeBron news came out, so he wasn't aware LeBron was going to LA, unless like LeBron gave him a call or
I'm
something.
sure.
But
When you
who would you rather play with right now today?
LeBron.
LeBron or Russell Westbrook?
LeBron.
Yeah.
LeBron.
LeBron's on his way down though.
No, stop. Stop.
LeBron,
He
stop.
is on his way down.
Don't start that.
He ain't on his way down, man.
He's not.
Come
He's not on his way down.
All right, if you on your way down,
It-
you won't play 82 games.
I don't think.
Is
I
he
don't
on his
think-
way up? Is he on his way up?
I don't think it's way down. I think it's just who's obviously going to be around longer. I don't think his level is going down, but his longevity is obviously Russell Westbrook has like 5-6 years on him. You
is
know.
one injury away from being like Derrick Rose.
No.
I'm not wishing that. I'm knocking on wood.
No,
I'm knocking on wood.
man.
I'm knocking on wood.
He's not Mr. Glass.
Russell Westbrook by far is a better athlete than Derrick Rose.
Why is everybody hating on this?
Speaking of Mr. Glass, did you see the new
The
trailer?
new trailer, yeah.
Yo,
it looks really good.
it
They did a
looks
crossover
great.
with the one with the guy with multiple personalities, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Steel or something?
I forgot what it was, but
I forget what it's
that was
called.
a really good movie.
I didn't see it. I gotta see it now.
Check it out, bro.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah.
But speaking of back to
Wait, what the hell did you guys just talk about right now?
He says
You guys were like, right there
Have you
now.
seen Unbreakable?
Oh, that
With Bruce Willis and
Yeah, you guys got mad at me because I said it wasn't that good. I saw it like a long time ago. I don't remember very
It's
well.
right.
not your fault, bro.
well,
Yeah.
they're coming out with I guess it's a sequel
Oh yeah.
with it's a,
What's the premise of Unbreakable again? It's a guy, dude. He's like he doesn't like get
so
hurt. or
Samuel L.
something?
Jackson is like an evil genius. He's,
Uh-huh.
you know, and Bruce Willis is he's like superhuman, you know, he's like super strong, and they're like the
But
first.
he doesn't know it at the time.
Yeah, they don't
Okay.
know it. They're realizing their powers throughout the movie.
So
as they
okay,
grow.
so this is a sequel now to this guy.
Yeah.
Does it look good?
It's because what's crazy about it was a movie that's in between it of this other guy.
Yeah.
What's the actor name who
I don't know.
he plays Professor X.
Yeah.
He plays Professor X, the bald-headed guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
he plays-
Patrick Stewart.
No.
No.
In the younger.
The
X-Men.
younger X.
Oh, young Patrick Stewart.
He's
Yeah.
the main
Okay.
character in this movie.
Young
He
Patrick
has,
Stewart,
He has
yes.
literally 17 different personalities, and he can really bring them into like real life. So all three of those movies are coming together, and it looks
Well, two
amazing.
movies, both of those movies.
All right, Glass Man. But his
Well,
movie,
Unbreakable was with Bruce Willis
Bruce
and
Willis.
Mr. Glass. It was
Glass
one
Man.
movie.
But his movie is kind of involved in that, isn't it? Too correct?
The multiple personalities
Yeah.
guy. I guess it's the same universe, obviously, because
because
it's gonna be a one
the
movie.
trailer kind of for our assault kind of emphasized that.
Yeah.
But y'all fans, y'all see how we just did this? We went from talking about Kawhi Leonard, Derrick Rose, to Mr. Glassman and Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, and I'm about to ask you.
Well,
That's
here-
what
here-
the city is the best. That is
Derrick
best.
Rose is Mr. Glass,
Yeah.
so that means Russell Westbrook is Bruce Willis's character, and that means that Kawhi Leonard is that multiple personalities guy.
That is a great
And
comparison.
Steven Adams is Aquaman.
now you're going to DC.
But it works though.
Yeah.
Okay, so Aquaman had a trailer. Did you see that? I haven't seen it, but it looked kind of cool.
I
though.
saw that it existed, but I
They
haven't
gotta
seen it.
get that right, bro.
Yeah.
They gotta get it right. DC keep failing. They didn't fail on Wonder Woman, but they
No,
gotta
Wonder
get
Woman
it.
was-
They
gotta
did.
get
Wonder
it
Woman
right
was
with
legit.
everything else. They failed on Bat versus Superman, bro.
How do they okay?
They should have waited to make that one. They should have put out
They
all
tried-
the individual
they was-
characters.
They was trying to come out before Marvel.
But what I don't understand is how do you have so much, like you have an extensive archive. You're also a comic book franchise, so it's not
Yeah.
like there's a lack of storylines here,
Exactly.
right? You can really pick what you want to do. You can cast who you want to cast. How is it that they get it so wrong and then the other guys do it so right? It's like DC is the Miami Dolphins and Marvel is the Patriots for the last 20 years. You know what I mean?
We know
like
why,
we
because-
try, we have our little moments, and then all of a sudden, no, we suck.
It's because DC is being reactionary,
You hit it right. You took
just
the
like
words
the
out of my mouth.
Dolphins.
You
Yeah.
took the words out of my mouth. They're waiting for Marvel, and they're trying to do something. They don't want to copy them. They want to do something different. So they want to be more darker. Now,
Yeah.
I understand the fans. A lot of fans don't like that. They want more of like how Marvel is.
Yeah.
Don't bite on their style, but
Yeah.
just revamp it to your own taste.
Okay.
Like, I'm a huge Superman fan, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's my favorite comic book character of all time.
Isn't there another one, Shazam, coming out too? Isn't he like?
Yeah,
Isn't
yeah.
he as
Oh, yeah,
powerful?
yeah, yeah.
My boy told me today that he's as powerful as Superman. Like he can go toe to toe with him,
Technically, you can.
Yeah.
and apparently he could beat him because he's got like magic or something, and
Yeah,
Superman
yeah,
has a
yeah.
thing against magic that he can't,
Yeah.
fuck with it.
All you gotta do is turn the sun red, and Superman is weak. He's
Yeah, he gets his power from the sun. I feel like they got some weird weaknesses, Like what's Green Lantern? Is he like you can't? He's like the Village. He's scared of
I
color
think
yellow.
the color yellow. So we
Number
fuck
two.
him up.
Yeah, we fuck him up. He can't hang with us.
Yeah, he'll be dead before he steps in the door.
That's right. He's allergic to lemons.
Look, we're getting some guy that says the problem with DC is not casting; it's the scripts and rush production. Agreed.
Yeah, Rush. They're
Great.
not, that fan. Thank you for saying that. You took the words out of my mouth as well because DC. Once they see something that Marvel comes out, they gotta hurry up and get something out there because they don't want to be too far behind of the what you
Behind the
call
ball,
it?
I guess.
Yeah, 'cause I want to say
Yeah.
behind the ball, but just the thunder of like Marvel taking over the.
Yeah, you can't be riding the
Yeah.
coattails
Yeah.
of Marvel all
Yeah.
the time. You know what I mean? You gotta stand up and do it yourself.
I mean, look, if you want to react to Marvel, do it in this way. You make your movie, but you put it out when none of their movies are coming out.
That's facts.
Yeah, because
That's-
Marvel's also fucked up on some of these, bro. Like Fantastic Four is garbage.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic Four
Yeah,
2 was garbage.
Marvel has
The
been
new
perfect.
Fantastic
You're
Four
right.
was garbage, man.
Every
Like
single
all three.
Fantastic Four is
Yeah.
garbage.
But that none of those Fantastic Four movies are in
Yeah,
this
that
current
franchise
universe.
just sucks.
No, I know, yeah.
Yeah,
But I'm saying, what the point is that even Marvel, like, you
Yeah.
know, fucks up. You could have had a chance to take advantage of that, and
Yeah.
they didn't, you know?
The
But
only
anyway.
Batman that, like, the only Batman. The only thing DC got right is the Batman
The trilogy,
with what's his name?
The Dark Knight with
Dark Knight.
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. They got
Yeah,
that
those-
completely fucking right.
Those are
They
badass.
aced that shit.
Okay, all right. Are those better than all the Marvel movies, or are they
No.
just...
No. See, there's a different. See, it's no CGI involved
Uh-huh.
with Christian Bale's. It's just acting and great cinematography.
Okay.
When you go to Marvel, they got Ant-Man shrinking and all that crazy shit. That's a lot of CGI. So that's not really acting. That's just more of the movie industry making us like the movie. Christian Bale got that shit right. Fucking the Joker got that shit right. Even Bane, even though I didn't like his character too much, but the introduction to that new one when he came on the airplane,
you?
on an airplane, that shit was dope.
I like, you know what I like about Bane? It's just the
Bane.
memes that they do
Oh, yeah.
with it's like... That shit's the best, dude. Oh, by the way, we're getting James McAvoy. Who's that guy?
Oh, Professor X.
Okay, thank you, John.
Thank you,
That's his
Don.
name.
Thank you, John, for chiming in.
Yeah.
See,
And,
I don't know names
I don't know, yeah.
until
Fan-
somebody tells me.
Until someone tells you. Fantastic Four was also Fox. I think that's
Yeah.
is that the only one they've done? And they
Yeah,
just,
but
No,
they-
Fox also had
they
X-Men.
Need the rights from, they need the
Oh,
rights
yeah.
from Marvel to push the movie out.
yeah. Oh, I was watching Days of Future Past like earlier today. It was on while I was waiting for you guys, and that's still probably my favorite X-Men movie. That shit's
Yeah.
like so good, bro.
It's awesome.
Future Past?
Yeah.
When they had the future, that was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Oh, Deadpool was Fox and it didn't suck.
Deadpool's Fox, yeah.
So they get it right on some parts, but DC just consistently, you know,
Yeah.
straight
Like
down.
the now Deadpool's or the. It's
No,
only,
no,
But there's only
sure,
been
yeah.
a couple of
for some
No,
reason-
they did that first Deadpool movie, didn't they?
Really?
Oh no, he was in
No,
that
he was
Wolverine
kind of.
movie.
He came in with the X-Men.
Yeah, with Wolverine, and he had like the
Wolverine,
laser eyes and
And
shit.
he had
Oh,
no
yeah.
mouth and all
Oh
that shit.
yeah. That's
Some
right.
weird ass
Did you
shit,
see
bro.
Deadpool too?
No,
Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't seen it
You
yet.
Oh, yeah.
have to see it to
I
see
know,
what I'm
man.
talking about. It
Oh,
was
man.
really good.
Oh yeah, I know what you're
The
talking
indie.
about. I know what you're
That
talking
was
about
really
because
good.
I've seen
I
it.
like how they
I've
did
seen
that
it.
shit.
All right, you haven't seen it.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
How did I beat you in a
How
movie,
did you let
bro?
him beat him?
He got the movie pass.
Oh, that's true.
That's true, bro. Yo, that shit's legit, man. I've used the shit out of Movie Pass, bro.
Yeah, bro.
That thing is like money. I gotta go see.
I gotta hop on that gravy train.
I gotta get which is the one I gotta see next? Incredibles. I still haven't seen Jurassic World. There's a couple of them.
I'm not really interested in the Jurassic World. I'll see it when it comes out on HBO or
Yeah,
something.
but
After Jurassic Park 2, I stopped caring.
Well, I'll see it.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
You know,
Even though I liked the last Jurassic World, I guess the number one.
Yeah.
I really liked it, but with this one, with seeing what they were kind of trying to do with it,
Yeah,
trying to make them military
yeah.
weapons or whatever, I was like, okay, that's dumb.
Yeah.
And when Jurassic Park first came out, it was a blockbuster hit.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
it changed the course of like, damn, that's how you can make a dinosaur come out and look real.
Dino DNA. Remember that?
I like when they fucking the first time you see the brontosaurus
Yeah.
and they're like
I
freaking
was
out.
looking forward to the T-Rex too. And then you speaking of,
Oh my freaking god, it's a dinosaur.
like I was saying to say, like speaking of blockbuster,
Oh,
there's only one store.
Oh man,
and
yeah,
then
dude.
there was one.
Let's have a moment of silence for Blockbuster.
Yep.
Let's all remember the good times. And I
Walking through the porn aisle?
bro, yeah. You know, actually, for all video stores, man, because you didn't have a porn aisle in Blockbuster. You had it in like
No,
the
West Coast Video.
Yeah, you had it in
West Coast. Yeah, I remember that one.
Did Hollywood
I was
Video have
scared
it?
to go in there, man,
Yeah.
because they knew I was going there for.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what you was going there for.
Yeah, there was a over 21 only, the little section there.
Yep,
That was
yep.
the shit, dude. Anyway, so what happened was I wanted to talk about it last week, but we didn't get to it. But what happened was Blockbuster recently closed their last 2 stores in Alaska, which there was only 3 stores left. There was 1 in Oregon, 2 in Alaska. They closed the 2 in Alaska. They're done. They're closed. Zip, nada, done. 1 Blockbuster left, and it's legit still like how it was in the 90s. 19-year-old kids,
Yeah.
18-year-old kids working there, the same blue and yellow shirts. But what I was trying to remember, man, like Fridays, man, That was the shit. Like, okay, all right, yeah, everything
the
is
restaurant?
instant. Yeah, no. Everything is like instant gratification, right?
Yeah.
Right now, it's like, oh, I want to watch a movie. Let me just pull up my phone and just,
Bam.
stream it.
Yeah.
Right now, bam. It's all like just right now. Like even then, if you want to take it a step further, like, oh, all right, you can go to Redbox and that's an entire blockbuster in a machine.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like it does everything for you.
You used to have something to look forward to as well.
Exactly.
Facts.
There was a little bit of a human element,
Yeah.
Think about this, all right? We're all of the age that we got to enjoy Blockbuster as adults, briefly, but also mostly, like, our best memories of Blockbuster is as kids. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we remember what it was like Friday, you go with, like, your family or whatever, and it's like, oh, yeah. You're
Yeah.
thinking about it all day. Yo, I hope they got that new movie, like Jurassic Park, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, 1992, you're like, yo, I want Jurassic Park. I can't wait till they have it.
It
you know
could
what
not
I'm
be
saying?
sold out.
You
Yeah.
tell you right when you go in there, like on when you check out.
Yeah.
This movie comes out next week. This
Hell
movie
yeah,
comes out September 5th.
Yeah,
You're
you're-
like, okay, I'll be back next week to get that one. Chucky
Exactly.
3, Child's Play 3.
Yeah, man. The process was part of the adventure, and it was something like nice. It was a human element. But then I started thinking about other stuff about it, and I was remembering because that's the first stuff you think about. But then I was remembering the other things. All right, like remember when you go and you're like, oh shit, you're gonna go out. You're gonna get give me a movie from the late '90s. Leprechaun. How do you go?
I'm just saying,
like a hot movie from the '90s. Give me a hot movie from the '90s.
Oh, Face Off.
Huh?
She's all that.
Oh, Face Off. Good one. I like
Face
Face Off. Okay, so you go there, like, yo, Face Off came out. I'm going to go rent that shit tonight. I'm going to get all excited. I'm going to think about it. Then you get to the video store and you walk and you're like, all right, you go straight to the new releases and it's all alphabetical. Like, all right,
Yeah.
F, and you look and the whole wall, it's like, oh, take it. Bam, there's one down there at the bottom. You're like, yeah. You go to grab it and you're like, yeah. And then you see somebody else come over. I see Gus show up and he's like, oh, man, do you have any more Face Off? And you're like, nah, nigga, I got the last one. You're like, yeah, suck that. So you get all excited. You lose out on that. And then it's like that feeling of like triumph. Now,
You beat one up you.
yeah, I
Yeah,
one-upped him, right? So
yeah.
then Gus is like, shit, man, fuck, I didn't get that Face Off, right? So then he goes to like, he grabs a couple of the movies. I'm all happy. I go to the checkout, and then all of a sudden, like, I leave with my Face Off. So Gus goes to the checkout, and he's like, man. And then this is the one little thing that I remembered that I totally forgot about, the hookup. When you become, when you talk to the guy, and you're like, yo, man, I saw you ain't got no more Face Offs back there, bro.
Yeah.
Think you could check in that return bin?
Yeah.
So you can check in that return bin
yeah.
right there. See if anyone, did anyone drop off a Face Off like since the last 20 minutes since you checked? And he's like, all right, let me check. And he goes back there. And then all of a sudden he comes back, he looks at you smiling, and you're like,
Yeah.
And he pulls out the Face Off, and you're like, yeah! And then you got Face Off, you get all excited.
Yeah.
So.
I remember that.
Yeah, man. So you get you get super excited, and you have the hookup, and you got Face Off, and you're all jacked up, and you're like, yeah. And then the other thing I was thinking about, man, the candy. Remember the candy? Like when you buy the movie, Nerd Rope. That was my jam, dude.
They
Nerd
used to give you
Rope.
popcorn too.
Yeah, popcorn.
If you buy 3 movies, you get free popcorn.
That's right. That's
all
right.
the hookups,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
The
Man.
one thing a lot of people don't remember, but I know you remember, that late fee.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That late fee was a motherfucker.
Yep.
Like if you was late, they would charge you. They would tax your ass like
Yeah.
$3, $4 each,
Yeah.
and you can fuck around and run up a bill for $50.
Hell
And
yeah.
the movie only cost you literally like
Like,
$4.
Yeah,
$4,
like
$5
for a
Yeah.
few days and shit.
Yo, no lie, I kept a copy of Grand Theft Auto 3 for like my PlayStation 2. I just never returned it. And I never returned it. I was like, I don't even know, because I think I had like an old credit card on file from like way before. I was like, they're not even going to charge me. So then I ended up getting the case, and like I took the paper out and I flipped it over, and then I put it in and I wrote it with the marker. I stole this copy of Grand Theft Auto from Blockbuster, and that was my little box where I would put it in there.
That's why they went out of business, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, that was
Stole the only copy. Bro,
Yeah.
it's
All the discount merch. Yeah, let me see here. The discount merch months after the movies hit videos. Yep,
Oh, yeah,
that was
yeah.
legit.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I'm not gonna lie, man. When I, it was. It's not a rumor. I'm sure it's facts behind it. Blockbuster had the opportunity to buy Netflix
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
$30 million,
Yeah, they fucked up.
and
30
they blew that.
Yeah, and now it's worth what? 100. What's the number?
120
No,
billion.
150.
150
Somewhere
billion.
around there, like
What?
120 to 150 billion.
Yeah, that's how much it's worth
Bro,
now, man.
now if I'm the CEO of Netflix, or just say the owner of Netflix,
Uh-huh.
I bet you he's like, thank you for not buying me.
Oh, for
Because
sure.
you
Oh, for
motivated
sure.
me to go out there and prove to you that we don't need you.
Yeah, that's why we didn't sell out to ESPN, you know?
That's right.
Waiting for that bigger payday, you know what I'm saying?
That's
That's right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they sent me
bro.
that email, but
Netflix was. I remember when
Spam.
Netflix came out. go online, all right, I want that movie, and they come in the mailbox and little sleeve CD thing.
Yeah, man. No, Netflix was like super dope
They
too
were
when that
innovative.
came out.
They were innovative.
But
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the whole personal feel of a blockbuster, that human element.
You can never leave.
Yeah, bro. Like I'm telling you, bro. Like,
VHS.
yeah, bro. Like I'll tell you that feeling
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
hookup when the guy hooks you up, like that just makes your weekend, man. You're like, yeah, man, face off.
Who owns a VHS,
Oh, I don't
Damn,
know.
I don't know.
At NFL Network, they have it.
They
have
have
one
to.
because
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
just in case.
Yeah, just in case.
I think I probably got some old home movies or something in
Damn,
the back
bro.
there. So,
I hate feeling that. I hate hearing like stuff like that.
eh.
Like vintage childhood memories just going by the wayside. Like when my son turns 15, I'm saying, hey son, you want to check out a blockbuster movie? Like what the fuck is this?
Take his ass to Oregon, bro.
Yeah, like,
Alright, man.
if it's still around.
Hey, like, all right, I don't want to be a party pooper here, guys, but we gotta talk a little
It's all
sports.
good,
We
man.
gotta talk a little sports. I'm getting some questions over here
Rest in peace,
about the
Blockbuster.
sports, but yeah, rest in peace, Blockbuster. We miss you. I'll always remember you right here. You know, pour one out for the homies. Yo, I saw you. Actually, okay, going back to movies. I was watching your movie,
Tupac.
the Tupac, All Eyes on Me. So
right.
I watched. I was looking for when you'd make your appearance, but all I got was your name in the end credits.
Yeah.
Hey, Sandy. just cruising by in the background.
Just creeping by.
Yeah. All right. So, wait. Somebody here says I still have a Blockbuster VHS tape covers.
Nice.
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 All right. Okay. So, where were we? We started off with Mr. Glass.
Let's
Derrick
talk,
Rose.
let's talk about
Kawhi
Paul
to
George,
Toronto.
Okay.
and-
So going back. All right. So Kawhi, I'm not gonna say there's no chance he stays in Toronto.
See, but you compared him to Paul George. Paul George is playing with Russell
Yeah.
Westbrook in Oklahoma. Who's
Uh-huh.
Paul George gonna play with in Toronto?
Who's Paul George gonna play with? He's gonna play with Kyle Lowry in a weak ass East, where he's gonna still easily be the third seed, or at worst third seed.
Yeah.
And that
That's
city's
true.
gonna love him. He's gonna have Drake over there with him, you know. And Kiki, are you ready? I don't know the song. Anyway, so he's gonna have all that. He's definitely gonna have options. You know what I'm saying? Why guys laughing? Don't be clowning on my Kiki, man. You know. How's it going?
Like, no, I don't love you, Drake.
You don't love me? All right.
I really
well, anyway,
don't.
He's gonna have, and it's gonna be a better situation. You know, I still think that's not a bad situation. You know what I mean?
It's not a better situation than Oklahoma. Sorry.
Team-wise.
Team-wise,
But
it's
think
not,
about
they're
it.
not a better team than
Oklahoma, up until like the last week of the season, could have been anywhere from the 4th seed to the 8th seed, and they lost
Yeah.
in the first round.
Yeah, okay, that's because they play in the West. Like situation-wise, as far as
Yeah, the
where
West
they're
is
playing, yeah,
technically-
Toronto's has an easier road. But that team still sucks. Even if they make it to the finals, they're gonna get swept.
I don't understand. Like
Who's Paul?
Kawhi Leonard's not gonna stay there.
No, that's the logic. The basic logic is that he's not gonna stay there. But that's what we thought about Paul George. And Paul George, you know, Nas showed up in Oklahoma doing a concert with Russell Westbrook, and he got him to stay. So who knows? Drake maybe gets this guy to stay up there
Kawhi
and
has
run
a
the six over
He
there.
has a championship ring, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Also,
now he's
like,
chasing money.
if not Russell Westbrook, if Paul George wants to go to LA, he's like an hour away
What do you mean an hour away?
from Oklahoma, bro. You just hop on a
Oklahoma's in the
plane.
middle of the country, bro.
Like, you can hop on a private
Right,
plane,
your
hop on a
geography.
G5 and just be there in an hour, man.
And okay, it's gonna take like an hour and a half to go from Toronto, a much better city than Oklahoma City.
It's not gonna take an hour and a half to go from Toronto to LA.
It's gonna take maybe an hour and a half longer than from Oklahoma.
No way, dude.
But your geography's all messed up, bro.
Toronto's all the way in the East Coast.
Yeah, and Oklahoma's in the middle of the country.
Okay.
It doesn't take that long to fly cross
Oklahoma's
country.
next to Texas. It's just-
Yeah.
it's literally
Yeah.
next to
Yeah,
Texas.
it's above Texas.
Yeah.
Above Texas.
It's 2
It's
hours
above
away.
Texas.
So
Anyway.
it's a 2-hour flight to LA.
Okay, so Kawhi gets deported. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see where this thing takes. Because the other thing that can happen here that a lot of people haven't mentioned is, let's say it goes bad in Toronto. Let's just say the team. Let's say there's an injury to maybe not to him, but to somebody else, and the team is not performing as well, right? And all of a sudden now, here's where I think it was good. It was a good idea for Toronto. Bad execution. I thought it was bad PR the way that they got rid of DeRozan.
Yeah.
But I think it's a good move on their part because now, come the trade deadline, they can trade him. If he's playing well and they're out of it, or if they want something else, now you can hold him for ransom and to the highest bidder and recoup some of those assets and really rebuild. Because honestly, man,
Yeah.
Toronto, as good as they are, as cool as it is, DeMar DeRozan, Kyle Lowry, the coach, all those guys, they got rid of the coach. They got rid of DeMar DeRozan. Kyle Lowry has never been like a game changer. He's good in that system.
Yeah.
But now it's like you need to blow that up, man. They've been trying, and LeBron came in there, slapped him with his dick, and swept him in 4. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can't do that shit
And he
anymore.
fired the coach.
And they fired the coach. You know, so
They
to me-
fired the coach of the year.
yeah, coach of the year. So go figure.
That show, if that was DeMar DeRozan, I said it right?
Yeah, DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, I thought I butchered his name for some reason. That should is when that happened, he shouldn't be surprised. If they fired a coach who just took you into the best season you ever had,
Yeah. #1 seed.
you're tradable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're tradable. You're not LeBron James. The only person that's never the only person they can never be tradable at one point, at only point, is Michael Jordan and LeBron James. Those two guys were never. Shaq was traded.
Yeah.
And Shaq was traded. Kobe Bryant was almost traded.
That's true. Well, he demanded it.
He demanded it, but just about everybody in the NBA that's not Michael Jordan or LeBron James will be traded.
Well, now you mentioned LeBron James. I want to ask you this, okay? I think, without even asking you anything else, what do you think of all these one-year contracts that the Lakers have signed and this collection of misfits that they've gathered to be his team?
They're trying to go for it all this year. They're trying to muster up the right roster to go after Golden State.
So you think these are good moves?
I think they're great moves.
You think they're great moves?
I think they're terrible moves for this season. But after the season, when all those contracts expire, it's going to be a great move. Because now they have all the money to bring in the right people.
Now,
I think
they're not signing anybody that's worth their weight in whatever. Like none of these guys are shooters. LeBron needs to play with shooters. None of these guys are shooters.
What you call is still out there? The guy who played for the white guy. Damn it, that's his name. He was with
The Philly?
yes, give me his name.
I can't remember.
Redick, JJ
oh,
Redick.
JJ Redick, that's it.
He's available.
Is he still available?
No, I think he signed. He signed a 1 year with Philly.
Just a 1 year. Last year, that was his 1 year. Now he's available.
No, he signed one year for this coming season.
Again?
Yeah, I think so.
It was a 1 year deal last year.
Yeah. He signed for a lot less this year. A lot less this year.
Okay.
But anyway, the point I was getting at though is that he's got shooters. He's got super cool B's. He just joined.
He's a shooter.
JaVale McGee. He's not a shooter or anything, but
they got
JaVale
Shaq
McGee,
Shaq
to the Fool. Hey, he played great in Golden State. You know, he did what he did. He did what he was supposed to do. Lance Stevenson, I think that's a wild card, but they got him at such a bargain price. You know, they still got Kuzma. They still got what's the other Lonzo Ball. They still got they got Rajon Rondo. I think they got a lot of players. But what I was thinking though, that really made my gears turn in my head. I don't know what that's the sound of my gears, but
sounds rusty.
Yeah, it sounds rusty. Is if these players, because what I'm listening is to a lot of people, including Vegas, because I've learned that Vegas always has a good pulse on what's going on.
Yeah.
The odds when LeBron went to LA and after these players, they have the Lakers as the second favorite going into the finals. Okay, they got them ahead of Houston. Mm-hmm. They got them ahead of Oklahoma City. Mm-hmm. They got them in a high position. You know what I'm saying? So. My question to you, Gus, is if these players were not added to the Lakers team and we were still in Cleveland and he added these guys, do you think it would resonate at all?
No, I think people would be saying the same exact things because it's.
I feel like the fact that it's in LA, we're giving him a whole lot of a benefit of the doubt.
Yes,
that he's going to accomplish a lot
agree.
more. I feel like if he was still in Cleveland and we added these players, we'd be like, yo, look, what? I think it'd be more like, what are these bums doing? You know,
I agree.
That's a real collection of misfits that have no chance. But somehow the fact that he's in LA doing this seems like, oh, okay, it's going to work out.
You have a point, because if he was in Cleveland, the same thing would have happened. They would have been like, what the fuck is going on? That's a horrible roster. You know, but just because the LA, the pizzazz, LeBron James is LA, we're riding on like.
Yeah, I don't think Magic.
The Lakers are back.
I think Magic is just collecting 1 year contracts. That's all he's doing.
But and it makes sense, you know.
If you put a whole bunch of guys together and figure it out, you put the right roster together because they're going to try to figure it out. They're not going to the guys. Rondo may be the starter. Zoe may come off the bench. You know, we don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's going to be the battle. They're going to battle for that starting position.
We're going to see. And this crazy.
Either way though, both of those guys need the ball in their hand to affect the game. They're not shooters.
And you know when LeBron leaves, they give Kevin Love a 4-year, $120 million.
Yeah, man. I heard they're going to replace the big, LeBron Cleveland thing with the big one of Kevin Love. Just
he signed his contract out in the public eye.
Yeah, in the stadium with a bunch of people there.
Yeah.
He's sure about the DMV?
Huh?
DMV.
Okay, wait, hold on. Wait, we'll finish with first off, before we get to DMV.
It's a LeBron reference.
LeBron reference?
Like I think in Ohio, the DMV, like they don't want people to smile in their pictures, so they're putting a picture of LeBron.
Oh yeah, I did see that. I did see
That's
that.
pretty funny.
They don't want people to smile in the DMV pictures of the driver's license in Cleveland, so what they've done is they put a picture of LeBron right underneath the camera, and then everybody just goes, makes a
You
do the
welcome,
face.
Lemonheads.
Thank you.
Wow.
Okay, so what? And now I've totally lost the train of thought with the DMV picture there. Okay.
Talk about Kevin Love and getting his money.
Oh yeah, Kevin Love. I think for him, he's probably as happy as he's ever been because now he's like, all right, I'm back in my comfort zone. I'm the best player on a shitty team.
Yeah.
It's back to Minnesota, but people really like me here, and they're not gonna trade me. And I just signed a huge fat money deal. So for him, congrats. Cleveland still sucks.
Now you like Kevin Love now?
No, still sucks. Nah, he's still garbage. Overrated garbage. Okay. Yeah, he's throw him in the pit. Throw him in the pit. Throw him in the pit. Okay. Now, let's shift gears here to locally.
Oh,
Big news. Big news, guys.
Big Trouble in Little China?
No. Big news.
Okay.
Big news.
What's the
What is
big
it?
news?
Big news, Gus.
Okay, tell me the
Gus,
big
you
news.
suck at this game. You're supposed to say big news. Remember? That's how we used to do it.
No.
Anyway.
Big news, big news.
Big news. Big news.
I
Big
don't
news.
remember that.
Yeah, anyway. You don't pay
I'm
attention.
pretty sure that's not how it went.
That's how it went. Okay, so
That's not
big
how it
news
went.
locally is your boy, Dwayne Wade. He was out in China with our boy UD doing the little China tour they do for Li Ning. They're both spokesmen for them, and he was out there. Now he comes back,
Yeah.
and now there's talks about one of these Chinese teams, Golden Bulls or something. I forget what it is. One of those.
Yeah.
Is apparently offering him something like 3 years, $25 million.
Yeah.
That's the rumored deal to go play over there. Now I ask you, how do you feel if he were to go, and do you think it's a good idea for him to go?
First, I don't think he's going to go. I don't think he's going to take that deal
Okay.
because I think he values his family time a lot, and they're not going to move over there.
I get you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gabby Union's not going to move over there. She's got a career here. His kids are already in high school with potential of building a career of their own in Zaire Wade with his basketball. And he's like a top prospect right now, so it doesn't make sense for them to move over there.
Yeah.
He's not going to go over there by himself. It's not like he's moving to another city within the United States where he can just fly whenever the fuck he wants to see his family. Like, this is across the entire world.
I get that.
You know
I
what
get
I mean?
that now.
Not going to happen.
Now here's the thing. The Chinese basketball season is shorter.
Thank you.
The games are shorter,
Yeah.
40 to 48 minutes.
Yep.
The competition is a lot less.
Mm-hmm.
Realistically speaking, take away your affinities for the love of your boy here. I'm not. Obviously, I've taken away those affinities the day he went to Chicago. But I'm looking at it like I really think the best thing he could do, go for a year, bro. Go for a year. There's no way he could sign for 3.
Yeah.
But he's not gonna finish 3. I don't think he has 3 years in the NBA. Like,
No.
really, do you think? Okay, if we bring him back and we get Dion Waiters back, right?
Yeah.
And we already had the return. He came back last season. We had the little, romance. He had his little moment. He hit the big shot. We won a playoff game with him. I think that's already a suitable farewell for me. That if he goes to China, go with UD. Take your boy over there, man. Get some playing time. Finish your career on a good note. You know what I'm saying? Don't come here and ride a bench.
Yeah.
And just sit here and we
looks
wait. I think it's a bad look.
Yeah.
I don't think he can compete at that level anymore that he used to, and it sucks to say that. It hurts to say that because he's a legend down here. But I'm just the proof is in the pudding, man. Like I think if he's gone, we won't really miss him on the court as much. I think it's more of an emotional attachment to him.
Yeah.
But on the court, I think the best thing he could do, go out there for a year, man. Go out there, ride it out, and then by the time you get back, you just that's it. Just
That's
go
the-
over there, make your brand, make some money. And play at a competitive level and go out on your terms. Be the Chinese basketball MVP over there and do all that stuff. And
What they said is that even if he goes over there, by the time the season ends, he can still come back to the latter part of the NBA season.
Yeah, that's an option. Come back and do a little, a little swan song
There may be
here.
some language in the play. There may be some language in his contract like that. That when you have the right to go back to an NBA team when your season is over.
He also just signed that mega leaning lifetime
Lifetime,
contract.
yeah.
So it's a partnership. But a lot of guys now out of the NBA, when they're like the last couple of years, like what soccer players are doing overseas, they're going to China, the basketball players, to either do like a world tour.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm one of the best players that played in the NBA, and I want to come over here and sprinkle my knowledge to the Chinese league, and they will learn a lot. The big three, like they're doing something that's really revolutionary because of the fact they're getting old players and they're making it like a pickup game.
Yeah.
A lot of those
Yeah.
guys like Stephon Stoudemire.
Amari Stoudemire.
Amari Stoudemire.
Amari Stoudemire. I don't know why I said Stephon Stoudemire. Amari Stoudemire. If he went over there in China, he'd destroy it.
Oh yeah.
Well, he went to Israel. He was playing over there. And he was
Yeah.
killing it. He won like MVP.
He owns the team.
He destroyed it.
So-
So I like what soccer is doing went over there in the European League, and we get their best players that obviously can't. They can still play at that level, but they're not going to get paid the money they want to. They come over here and make a buttload of money and get treated like royalty. Same thing with NBA players. Going to try and do the same exact thing.
Raul says online, he says he doesn't need the money and he's loved down here. Which I think is true.
Yeah.
He doesn't need the
Yeah.
money, but I feel as a personal accolade and as an accomplishment, I don't like seeing you washed up on the bench, coming off the bench, or leading the second team.
He's not gonna go to China just so that he won't come off the bench here. That's
he's
not.
gonna play.
No,
That's
I
not
know.
an incentive for him.
But I think the timing is right now that the Heat would be like, hey, bro, we love having you here.
Yeah.
Maybe you can come back after the season's over.
I think the only reason he would go to China is if his leaning brand or his leaning partnership would blow up so much that he will become a billionaire because of it, because of going to China.
Yeah,
That's the only
a
reason I think he'd go.
possibility,
Yeah, that
depending on
makes
how they
sense.
market it. But
Yeah.
he could still sign back with the Heat in the lighter season, like lighter part
Lighter-
of the season,
yeah.
and they could still give him that $5 million minimum contract.
Yeah,
so he
prorated.
can make 8 over there and make 5 here.
Well, it'd be a
And within
prorated 5. It'll be a prorated
It'll be
5.
prorated,
Yeah.
but it's still
Make it a little more.
Yeah, make it a little bit more.
Make it a little
So
tight.
Dwayne, like the fan said, Dwayne Wade is beloved here. Like Dan Marino can never do wrong here.
Nah.
Yeah, and
Dan
he's,
Marino
and he's
can
done a
kick
lot of
baby,
wrong.
and he'll get away with it.
I think Dan
He's,
Marino's
and he's
like,
definitely gotten away with a lot of shit.
oh yeah, Dan Marino's like the Donald Trump of it.
Yeah, he can do whatever he
man.
wants.
Oh, yeah.
Dwayne Wade has that same kind of key to the city. He can do whatever he wants here.
Yeah, except Dwayne Wade did us dirty, man. It's still hard for me to forget.
Dude.
That. But anyway, someone asked here, says, would Wade be a good coach?
No doubt.
You think so?
I don't think at the NBA level, but if he goes to college or high school,
Yeah,
no
I think he's
doubt.
a wealth of information.
Yeah,
Did
he
you
has
see?
a lot of information.
Now, the other thing that makes me think that this China thing is like really not a possibility is, did you see the video he released on social media of him playing with his son on 2K? Like they created the characters. LeBron did the same thing with LeBron. Yeah, they did that. I thought that was pretty neat. That would be pretty cool if you could stick around, but I think
LeBron
that
James has a better chance of playing with his
Yeah,
son.
yeah. For
yeah,
sure.
LeBron James definitely. But let's see, Dan Marino and failed restaurants.
His restaurant was dope.
Yeah.
Over there at Sunset Place,
Yeah.
I went there a couple times when I was at University of Miami.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
They had a great, like a salmon, like crusted salmon with mashed potatoes. It was really good.
He probably used the same distributors or the same suppliers as Shula.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's
for
probably
sure,
did.
dude. Even Shula's still hanging out,
And
bro.
Shula's Shula's
right
restaurants do well.
Right down off 836. Yeah. We
Yeah.
used to stay there for our football games. University of Miami, we used to book their hotels and stay at their golf course hotel.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Oh, the resort? Whatever it is?
resort, yeah,
Oh,
The
okay.
Shula Golf Course Resort. Yeah. You should go play golf there, man.
Huh?
You should go play golf.
I want to go play golf, just anywhere, man.
Let's
You know,
go.
we'll see.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was gonna ask you. You touched on it real quickly with the Big Three thing. So this past Friday, Gus and I had the opportunity to go check out the Big Three here in Miami.
Yeah.
We had to hang out with Ice Cube and Lisa Leslie and
That was
what
fun,
there?
bro.
Bunch of Heat players.
Mario
over there.
Stoudemire.
Mario Stoudemire.
Dr. J.
Yeah, man. Birdman was
Birdman.
there.
Birdman.
That's my husband.
Legit, Birdman got the biggest ovation out of anybody there. Bigger than Ice Cube.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
loved, yo.
Oh, he's loved here,
Yeah, man.
which is weird because is it just because of the tattoos or like was he really like a game changer or nothing? Like I like the guy. I got the
He was
jersey.
the white Dennis Rodman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Perfect
Yeah.
way to put it. And because I got the jersey and everything, but like legit, was he like
So he was
a factor?
he was an interesting character.
Yeah.
And he played hard.
Yeah, personality. He's a hustle guy, bro.
He's
a
a
good
hustle guy, yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro.
It's
He-
crazy.
he
If
liked
you
him.
remember his story in the playoffs, somebody lied and said he had kitty porn. You
Oh
remember
yeah,
that?
yeah,
He
yeah.
had a
Well,
Oh,
I
yeah,
saw that.
yeah.
I saw that on what's that show that I like? Catfish.
Yeah,
They did the
it
whole
was-
special
it was
on that.
fucked
Dirty.
up.
But it wasn't kiddie porn. Hold on. That's how it was reported. But it was a girl who was 17.
Yeah.
I know. But it's
somebody blew it up. They blew it out.
Yeah.
Blew it up.
Well,
It made it bigger
technically
than what it
she's a
was.
minor, so technically it is child pornography. But he was being catfished, and he never like met with
Actually
a
met
girl
the
or
girl,
any of
yeah.
that stuff. So but it's just a bad.
But he was being
web.
investigated,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, it was just a bad web to be involved in. You know what I mean? But
Birdman.
Birdman for NBA commish over here,
Yeah,
and
I love Birdman.
they also said fair point. Anything fails, everything fails Wait, Fairpoint. Anything fails at Sunset Place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
man. Sunset
That's
Place.
true.
The movie theater is still holding on.
Is it?
No.
Yes.
It's holding on by like
By a thread.
thread.
Didn't they have like a IMAX over there back in the day
No,
when
they
they
still
first
have it.
opened?
They still have it.
It's
You know
still
what
there?
thrives at Sunset Place?
What's that?
Boogies.
Boogies? Eh.
That's crazy. They
Boogies, bro,
a
I'm
lot
telling
of
you.
things do fail at Sunset
That's not
Place.
Sunset Place.
It's Sunset Place. Come on. It doesn't have to be like in actual Sunset Place. You walk across the street, it's still fucking Sunset Place.
Alright, let me actually.
No, but I'm talking about the actual Sunset Place
Alright, we're gonna
structure.
go back in time about Sunset Place. Before it was Sunset Place, before they built Sunset Place, what was there before that?
Fuck,
Oh,
man. I
man.
don't remember.
It was a movie theater.
Palace 18.
No,
No,
not
yeah,
Palace
what?
18.
No.
No,
Palace
I don't think
18
it
was on Coral Way.
Yeah.
It was for one. It was a one-story building,
Yeah.
and it was a movie theater there. And it was a
Kendall 9.
it
No,
was-
Kendall 9 was across the street
Bruh.
from Best Buy.
Only reason I remember that because I wanted to see Ninja Turtles 2.
Oh,
word.
shit.
Their Secret of the Ooze.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, that was such a good movie.
I was like fanatic going to that movie theater, And then when they build it up and say Sunset Place, I'm like, what the hell is a Sunset Place?
Yo, shout out to our boy Evan. When we were kids, we used to go to the movie theater the day before like school started, and then his mom would we'd watch like Ninja Turtles and shit like that. Those kind of movies. We were like in elementary school, and then we'd go out and get a Bigfoot pizza at Little Caesars.
Yeah.
You remember that shit?
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Damn,
man.
God, when they make a time machine, if I didn't have a son, I'd go back there. I'm just straight up. Like, if I have my son, I'll be the first thing smoking on the time machine.
Uncle
Take me
Rico over
back.
here.
Yeah.
Uncle Rico over here,
Take me
bro.
back.
Coach, you put me in. We would have won state.
TD's wife right now. What about me, motherfucker?
I gotta buy. Hey, listen, I miss certain things. Miss Blockbuster.
Yeah, man. Blockbuster, Bigfoot Pizza.
Bigfoot Pizza was
Oh, yeah.
legit.
But yeah, I don't remember what was there. I do remember when Sunset Place first opened, I had a really shitty car that had all types of problems with it that I bought for like $500 cash. And I remember this power steering would go out every day. Like I'd have to pour the liquid in like every other day. And the mall had just opened up, the big parking garage, right? So
Yeah.
I drove, it was pouring rain. And I didn't have any AC or anything, and I'm like, all right, finally. So we get into the parking garage, and when I'm in the first floor, the power steering goes out, and it just starts making a horrible noise as I'm turning. So it's just the whole way up, and of course it goes out on the first floor. There's no parking in any of the 7 or 8 floors up, and when we get to the top, that's finally when I find parking. And as we're going up and the car is just making noise, it's just echoing in this parking garage.
Yeah.
People are walking, covering their ears like, what the fuck? And I'm just like so embarrassed.
That's awesome.
That's what I remember about my first trip to Sunset Place.
wouldn't-
Well, was it a date? So that would have sucked.
No, thankfully I was just with some boys of mine, but it was embarrassing because if any date or anything there was just gonna be horrible, you know? Yeah, I was broke as shit. I mean, it was a $500
That's awesome.
car. I bought a few paychecks. So yeah, man. Okay.
What was your favorite place to visit at Sunset Place?
Like GameWorks.
Oh no, no.
GameWorks?
It wasn't called GameWorks though when it
It
opened
was
up.
something else before they called it.
It was
GameWorks first. Now it's called Game something. Game Time.
Game Time.
No,
Now
now
it's
it's
Game
Game
Time.
Time.
Yeah.
But it was
something
it
else.
was GameWorks, but before that it was something else.
I feel like before that it was
Because
something
I
else.
remember having the cards, and I have
Yeah.
this ridiculous.
Yeah, I
memory.
mean, yeah, it's probably the
Yeah.
same now. They just changed it.
Yeah,
the name
it
of
might
the
be
card.
GameWorks or something else before. I remember the Nike store was a big deal when it
That
opened
was
up.
my
That was like a
favorite.
factory
Nike
store.
Town.
Nike Town.
Nike Town.
Nike Town. That was like
And
a
I'm
thing.
surprised they didn't survive there.
Nothing.
And
It's a black
every-
holes.
people just went in there and they looked and they were like, man, this shit is all awesome, and then they left because
Yeah,
everything's
because
mad
it's
expensive.
expensive.
Yeah,
I was like, yo, look at those Jordans that I'll never buy.
yeah.
I'm gonna be here next week and I'll see them again.
Yeah.
Urban Outfitters are still there, though, right?
I don't know.
I
Dude,
don't,
I
know- I don't
legit,
think it's still there.
I legit haven't walked around Sunset Place in a few years. I can't even
You
remember.
gotta
last
get it
time.
right,
That
Yeah,
Virgin
yeah,
Megastore.
yeah, get it right, man.
Everything is-
Virgin, remember Virgin
Oh,
Megastore?
no.
Yeah.
Okay, there was before it was Virgin Megastore.
GameWorks.
Yeah.
Right.
We know. Okay, good game. Wait, it was before Virgin Megastore. There was another big music store there. What was it called?
I think it was always
Oh.
It
Virgin.
wasn't called Virgin when it first opened.
It was right in the front too. When you're driving on US 1, you'll see the big logo.
No, was it? It wasn't Specs. It was a big something music store.
FYE.
No, I don't think it was FYE.
No.
That was the Dolphin Mall. But
Yeah.
anyway, I remember the cool thing about that music store when it first opened up at Sunset Place, they had the little stations where you can grab your CD, you take it, and then you can listen to it. They had headphones, and you just stand up on the
Yes,
wall, and you're
yes.
like, oh, I like this CD, I'm
Yes.
gonna go buy it, you know?
Yes, yes,
Like,
yes.
they
I
let
mean,
you
that's,
try
they
it.
had that at
Yeah.
Virgin also. Virgin.
Yeah, well, but this is like, it wasn't called that. I remember, I can't remember the name of it. This is like, late 90s or whatever, but man, those are throwback memories right there. It wasn't FYE. Someone here saying FYE. FYE wasn't there. Someone's saying that was
Okay, I
Virgin.
have a
I don't think it was called Virgin when it first
hold on,
opened.
I'm
I think
telling
it
you,
was,
I
man.
have the official list. Let me get on this.
Okay,
Oh.
hold on, go ahead.
There you go, senior intern. Earn that check.
Doing my homework. So I have the official list right here from 1999 when they opened,
Nice.
and it has here Charlotte Russe, which is one of those stores that the girls would
Okay,
go
get
to.
to the
Late,
music
so get up
store.
on the mic.
FAO Schwartz, Johnny Rockets, IMAX Theater, Pacific Sunwear, PacSun, Nike Town, Virgin Megastore, and Z Gallery.
Good
Okay.
job, Gus. That's why,
Maybe
that's
it
why
was
Gus
Virgin.
is so valuable.
I don't
to
recall.
Limit City Live. He can
Excuse
bring
me?
back shit that we can't remember.
No, he's just valuable because he's the only one that knows how to touch the keys over there.
What are
He
you
won't
talking
let us
about?
touch
Yo, La Sucia exists because of me.
Oh, oh, excuse me. And it was GameWorks.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Drop the mic.
Drop the mic.
Alright, get out.
Don't drop mics because that's expensive equipment.
Yeah, these are expensive stuff.
Very
Sam
good-
Goody,
very
I think.
sensitive.
See, I remember Sam Goody's. That to me feels like that was the name.
Fuddruckers are not Johnny Rockets is still there though.
Johnny Rock.
Yeah,
They're
yeah, it's still there.
They're still holding
Yeah.
on.
I like Johnny Rockets.
A great burger place, hands down ever, is Fuddruckers.
Fuddruckers
Because
is
they
good.
used to cut the beef in front of you. They used to have the
Yeah.
cow
Yeah.
displayed on the thing.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cow?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
kill the
Half
cow
of
right
the
in
cow,
front of
like
you.
it's already skinned and everything.
They kill the cow right in front of
And
you.
they'll beat
Yeah.
their
Like
chew
while you're standing in line to order, they had a window
Yes.
and you just see the cow hanging.
Yo,
Yes.
props
Oh,
to
yeah.
Raul. There was like a rainforest cafe or something like that in the first
Yeah.
floor. I
Oh,
remember
yeah.
that.
That's right.
It was across, yeah,
Yeah.
It was like some weird, like it wasn't Rainforest Cafe, but it was something like that. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. That was pretty
That'd be
dope.
something.
Yeah.
Something.
Was it? Yeah, it was a big sufficient. What is it? Sufficient tree? Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
Something like that.
The big ass tree.
Big. Oh, I think it meant to say artificial tree. Anyway,
Oh.
it was a big ass like fake tree. Anyway, that was the thing. But anyway,
Yeah.
okay. So I think let's wrap up part one here because we still got to talk to. We want to do it all in one, but we're gonna have to do two parts here.
Okay.
So give us we'll just time it out here, fade it out, Gus.
No,
All right, we're staying live on the YouTube.
That's right.
We're staying live on the YouTube here.
You guys see the BTSs?
The what?
Behind the scenes.
Oh, the behind the scenes there.
Learn the lingo, Edwin. God.
My bad, bro.
Can I take a bathroom break?
Yeah, go take a pee-pee break. They sold ostrich burgers.
Ostrich burgers, yes.
I don't know why I said money.
I like. You know what? I like bison burgers.
I had a camel
Really
burger.
low
in
in
the Middle
fat.
East.
Really
Yeah.
low in fat.
Yeah. All right, so for you guys watching on YouTube,
You had a camel burger?
yeah, I had a camel
Yeah.
burger in the Middle East.
Damn, yo, I had a camel toe once.
Ah! Gus! El Sucio.
Oh my God!
All right, so let me talk to some of these people watching here on
Yeah.
YouTube, man.
Yeah,
Ew.
shout out to y'all on YouTube.
So thank you guys for watching. We're gonna keep going. We got part 2 coming up now. We're gonna talk NFL with the football guy from NFL Network,
That's right.
and then we're gonna talk a little soccer, little football, the other kind. And then we'll
Football.
wrap it up. We'll try to sprinkle a little baseball, some Manny Machado talk.
Ooh,
Bison burgers are great. Joey Ronzelli, that's a good call.
I love Joey Ronzelli.
Okay.
Aw.
He's got some good bison burgers. Oh wait,
I'm trying to think of a dirty comment.
yeah, I was
but
trying to think of a
can't.
dirty comment word. Let's see here. What else do we got?
Thank you, Cindy.
Everyone loves the moose.
That's right. Joey, no, see, Joey doesn't have a camel toe. He's got moose knuckle.
Oh!
Thank you, Cindy. Thank you.
I think gas.
What the fuck?
I
What?
farted like 12 times.
What's wrong with moose knuckle?
There's nothing wrong with moose knuckle. I mean, that's what you like. We have a little
Nah.
moose knuckle dance, right, man?
Moose knuckle advance?
Oh,
Dance.
no.
Oh, dance.
no.
It was
Wait,
like, no,
let's,
no.
let's put the Materva right there next to the limones. Representing. How do you guys like the setup? How do you guys like our the studio? How does it look like from the behind the scenes there, guys? Give us a little feedback. Let's talk.
Yeah.
I think the video quality is pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it looks good.
me check
Can you
it out,
guys
bro.
hear us okay? Like, is the audio good? YouTubers? Nice studio. Okay. Intimate. It said intimate here. Gus is coming around to read the comments. Oh, 10:10 video. I like it. 9:10 audio. We're getting some good numbers here. We're getting actual statistics.
Who's discuss?
That's
This
your
Gus,
uncle.
isn't that like your uncle?
Oh.
Yeah. Sounds good. Audio, video is good. Awesome,
Guys,
awesome. Production
Remember that
quality.
they're still watching you.
Yeah, they're still watching, but they're reading
Yeah.
over here.
You can just go on the YouTube.
Yeah, you guys
I
go on
mean-
YouTube. You'll see it. I shared the link.
This is like I'm hanging.
Oh, there's a goose frappa there?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know? There you go. They hit you with the goose frappa.
Yeah.
I think my bro, he's no longer watching, or maybe he stepped away. He's gonna miss all the Doyers talk.
Oh, lo doyen.
Those Doyers.
All right. Ready? Part 2. Dos.
Minutos! Alright, we're getting ready to go back live. Well, we are live, but ready to start the recording for the show so you guys can go back and listen tomorrow. But big thank you to you guys for sticking around and joining us here and continuing into the late night with Lemon City here.
Ooh.
Getting into the 10 o'clock hour. So getting ready for part 2.
All right. I'm ready to go when you guys are.
Give me a second here. Let me make sure that all my levels are good. Alright. Oh, Raul says it's past his bedtime. We don't want that.
Ah.
Yeah, it is 10 a.m.
Oh.
10 a.m.?
10 p.m.
There you go.
Scratch
Yeah, it's past your bedtime, homie. What up with that?
What's up with that? What's up with that?
Alright, so let's get ready for gotta
Let's
support my
get
boys
ready,
though.
Rumble!
Camera's shaking. Okay, we're good? Alright,
Yeah.
let's rock and roll. Where's my sheet?
I don't know.
Start it up. Alright.
On.
Alright! Alright. I love doing that.
You gonna learn today.
You're gonna learn today. Hour number 2, or part 2, the Lemon City Live podcast is brought to you by Big Brother Express for all your moving and logistical needs. Whether you're moving across town
Oh.
or across the state, call our boy Frank at 305-767-8513. That's 305-767-8513, or visit BigBrotherExpress.com.
What if you're Dwayne Wade and you're moving to China?
He'll hook you up. Frank will find a way.
I'm sure
Frank will
they're
find a
paying
way.
everything for him over there.
Yeah, probably.
Well, that's all expense paid, but Frank will find a way to get him safely over to China.
That's awesome.
To China. I like saying the word China.
I want to go to China.
Bro, honestly,
It's a
like
long
China,
flight.
Yeah.
Asia is... Okay, I've opened up a little bit more to like maybe wanting to go to like Japan
Mm-hmm.
and China a little bit more, but some of those other countries there, it just doesn't appeal to me. I feel like I would like to see it, and I'm not gonna be like, no, I'll never go there, you know. But
Gus and I are gonna go to India.
yeah, you guys can go to
We're
India.
gonna go to
But-
Thailand
I
and
wanna
see
go
all
to
the,
Thailand.
all the little,
Yeah.
what are they called? Lady boys?
The
Lady
lady
boys.
boys.
Yes.
But anyway, what I'm saying is,
Well,
I would like Ladyboy. No, guys. You're gonna spill it. Everybody's gonna see you on the. Spit it
What
up.
am I, like a
You're laughing.
2-year-old?
Anyway, what I'm saying is, not that I don't want to go to these places, but I feel like there's a lot of other places I want to go to first.
Oh, for
Like-
sure. I want to go to fucking Spain and watch a Clásico.
Yeah.
What's up?
What, that drink?
Oh, that's my zer.
Oh.
Zer.
The scissor?
Scissor.
Scissor.
Sipping on
Sonny's
some
got her
scissor.
red scissor. Anyway, but what I'm saying is, I'd rather go to a few places in Europe,
Yeah.
even some places in Africa that I want to see, and then Asia. I still want to see some other
So
places
you'll
in
go
America.
you'll go to like an African, like desolate area before you go to China.
I'm not gonna go to
No.
desolate area. I'll go to like Morocco, one of those nice little countries up there.
I'm
You know.
talking about going like in a jungle somewhere.
Yeah, I'll go back to Dubai. I'll go
Bro,
back to.
Have you seen that documentary about the Lost Ark? That it's supposedly somewhere in Ethiopia?
Talking about Noah's Ark?
No, not Noah's Ark. Like Raiders of the Lost Ark.
It's
Indiana
like-
Jones.
It's like a tomb.
It's like the 10 Commandments
Oh, the
inside
Holy
of
Grail?
not the Holy Grail. That's something else.
Oh,
You never saw Raiders of the Lost Ark, bro?
I can't remember.
Indiana
I mean, I
Jones?
saw it. Yeah.
Indiana Jones, yeah.
Oh, what's it?
It's
what's-
like a
What's the name of the word here?
it's like a treasure chest kind of thing, but inside is the 10 Commandments.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Well, I
I've
find
read-
it, it'd be
that's
like, what
it's not the
kind of
holy.
name?
The Ark of the Covenant.
That's what it is. The Ark of the Covenant. That's what I was forgetting.
Yeah. Supposedly it's heavily guarded somewhere in Ethiopia.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I ain't going over there.
Only one guy can see it.
Donald Trump.
Nah, Donald
No.
Trump.
Don't
Fuck
forget
yeah.
something else.
You see everything.
Raul says Japan is awesome. Singapore is supposed to be incredible. I mean, the same as Singa.
Oh.
Same as Singa, and it has to be good. But Anyway, I just to me it's just that up there. There's a lot of
Yeah.
other places that I like to go, but I have opened up a little more to Japan and to go to some of these other places. I think it'd be pretty cool.
Singapore is like Pingasaur.
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 Yeah, no, fuck
That's
a
not
sore.
STDs?
No, fuck a sore.
Damn.
Singa is it's not Pinga, it's Singa.
No, you
Yes.
see them
Oh, okay. I see what you did there.
Oh, Lord.
All I know is Zika.
Zika.
Yeah, whatever happened to that, huh? Zika.
I mean, you know,
Government
scare. Yeah, government scared us, and then
Yeah.
you know
They
it
closed
was
off Wynwood for like a few months, and
Yeah.
now we're all good.
Yeah.
Your baby,
No more shrunken heads.
people were scared to have sex because your baby will come out looking like a mutant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh. Well, Hong Kong is dope. I'm hearing here online. So
Yeah.
All right. So we're back with part 2 of the Let Me Say That part. Okay. What's up?
I just wanted to read.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
my phone's over there.
Oh, okay. Well, you can get to your phone in a second here.
My bad.
Anyway.
I couldn't get all up on your.
All right. So we're here for part 2. We're gonna talk a little NFL.
Yep.
We're talking a little football, the other type. Sprinkle a little baseball. Maybe if we get some time. But anyway, okay. So let's get to the little bit of sad news locally. Thought we should talk about it first. You know, pay our respects. We were never big fans of Tony Sparano. I think the consensus of Tony Sparano, nothing against the guy as a human, you know, as a dude, you know, just as a coach, because none of us really knew him here personally. He could have been a swell guy, and from what I hear, he was a really, you know, liked by his players and everything. As a coach, I'm kind of like indifferent about him, you know. Kind of rang on him a little bit for getting excited about field goals. That's what I always remember.
He had that one good season.
But he had the one good season, you know.
Yes, he
But
did.
for those of you who don't know, Tony Sparano passed away this weekend. Apparently some heart failure or something like that. He was
What's
coaching.
crazy is that he was experiencing like chest pains. They took him to the hospital. They ran all these tests. They kept him overnight. The next day they were like, "All right, you're good to go."
Yeah.
And then that night, he just died in his sleep.
Damn, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
What's that? It's an EKG when you check the heart.
Yeah.
I don't know how they missed that because once you do an EKG, it tells you everything.
Yeah.
But it's just sad. He was a great coach. I want to say great because I don't want to use that word too much. He was a great coach because when he brought the Wildcat,
Yeah.
it changed the game of football.
Yeah.
That for 2 years.
Yeah.
After that, people picked up on it. So if you're a coach and you can bring something like that that's innovative, that the Patriots can pick it up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you deserve
dude.
to get the respects of the greatness.
He literally outcoached Belichick
Yeah.
Yeah. Only
that
guy.
season.
Only guy is
And
legit
then
out.
everybody started copying him. Everybody started
Yeah.
copying the Wildcat.
And I look at it this way. I'm like, you know what? I'm trying now, you know, in retrospect, looking back at what he did in his tenure here. Obviously, it's unfortunate the circumstances at which we're looking at this, but we're looking at it nonetheless. And what's really amazing is that think about Madden, the game, okay?
Yeah.
Think about the game John Madden football, right?
Mhm.
I can think of 2 times in the history of Madden, you know, competitive Madden in the last 20 years, you know, since 2000, where something has happened that has changed, that they had to change the game for it, you know?
Mhm.
Football is something that's been played the same way
Yeah.
for so long, and, you know, it's just, it is what it is, you know what I mean? But there was 2 people, or 2 times in this NFL story where something happened and it changed the video game landscape. One was the introduction of Michael Vick,
That's true.
who
Yeah.
was just, Michael Vick was a created character that was in real life that just, if you played with the Falcons in that 2004 Madden, you were killing
cheating.
everybody. It was cheating, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And secondly, was what you said, the Wildcat offense was something that was like so not ahead of its time. It was right for its time, but it was so like, you know, like out of left field that it left Madden rambling like, yo, we gotta put this in the game the following year. And I think that was really what catapulted a lot of these new offenses that you see. You know, back in the day, you had the one running back, you know, ground and pound, throw it over the top, you know, play action, the same structure of offenses. Now, running back by committee is the thing. That's what everybody does now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the premier, the featured back. It's less and less. Look at Le'Veon Bell right now, trying to get that max money, and they don't want to give it to him because they're like, hey, look, he wants to be paid like an offensive weapon, but they're looking at it like, yo, we can, you know, we'll give you 10 million, but we can insert somebody else. You know, our system is gonna make you better, and we just that value is not there.
But he's getting fucked because he's above that train of thought. He's legit that number 1 running back.
He's
Yeah.
That guy, man. They keep trying him, and he keeps putting up those numbers, man.
No, he does.
He's winning when you think about the grand scheme of that. We want to stay on that.
Yeah.
He's getting 14, 15 million dollars this year.
Exactly.
And he got it for the past 3 years.
Yeah.
So he technically got top paid money just on not a commitment based version of it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but exactly, he's gambling though.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
betting on himself, but if he gets hurt, gone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And no guaranteed money there. You know what I mean? This is a 1 year, play your ass off. And then also, if he doesn't play his ass off and doesn't have the statistics to say he stays healthy, but he drops off statistically, they're not going to franchise him. Then he's just, hey, we'll send him somewhere.
Typical whatever.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So he's got a lot of pressure on him. It's a little unnecessary that it goes that way, but, it is what it is. That's how he's done it. But with him, let me see here. Oh, no, I thought somebody was commenting there. But I look at it this way, and I think that what this guy did with the Wildcat that day against the Patriots, like, really was just, that was like almost like an alternate reality. We're going on this this trajectory of the same football, and all of a sudden, Ronnie Brown, everybody finds out he's left-handed.
Yeah.
And you're just like, what the fuck? And then it just changed everything. Now you see these kind of offenses more often. You don't see the crazy Wildcat off. Every once in a while, you see a little Wildcat option.
Yeah.
Direct snap to a running back or a wide receiver, so that. But you're seeing a lot more of these, college-style offenses. The zone read. That was something that was unheard of. You didn't see that anywhere else before. You know what I mean? That was a college thing. Now it's implemented in almost every playbook.
I always thought that when I was in college and high school, really, and I was like, how all these plays work in college, and the guys are faster in it, but it never worked in the NFL.
Yeah.
And now, like the NFL, the college game is crept into the NFL offenses, and you got guys who, like Tebow, who thrive for three to 4 good years with that college style offense, and now you're gonna have Lamar Jackson, who's over there in Baltimore. They're gonna have to implement a college style type offense to elevate his game. So Tony Sparano, he saw something that a lot of you have to have the third eye to see that. You have to have a third eye to see, like, let's try this because no one is doing it, and we're going to surprise the whole NFL.
No, yeah, you're throwing up a gimmick, and you got to have some major cojones to pull that off.
You do it, and that was his first win as the head coach that year when he won against the Patriots, and that was a great win.
Yeah.
Hey guys, by the way, for those of you still watching, make sure to click the subscribe button. I don't know where it is on your screen, but it's somewhere there.
That's very important.
But make sure to subscribe, like, share, help us out. Every single like, every single subscribe, every single share means a great deal to us.
That's right.
We greatly appreciate it. So thank you very much for that. But going on to what you were saying, you wake up one day and say, yo, shit's bad, bro. Let's try something, bro. And let me ask you this: you played offense as well, throughout your
Universal line.
So you played offense. I know me as a guy who just played in little pickup games and stuff like that. Anytime we called like a gimmick play, like double reverse halfback pass, flea flicker on 3. Anytime we call something, like we get excited about that. Like I gotta imagine as a player in that huddle. Or the day that this guy calls hey, we're gonna, during the week leading up to the Patriots game when Sparano says, all right, guys, gather around, bro. Gather around, bring it around, because I got some weird shit to tell you right now.
It's like Shane Falco and the fucking replacements.
Yeah, I feel like at first the players have got to be like, what the fuck, Wildcat, But wait, you mean Ronnie's gonna just take it? What? Chad's out as a flanker? Are you kidding me?
Ricky Williams is running. He's at receiver.
He's in motion, like. It's gotta be weird at first, but it's also gotta be exciting. Like I feel like if you're a
still
part
excites me.
Yeah, like
just thinking about it.
Were you
He's doing a sponer.
Sponer alert.
Hashtag sponer.
And thank you to Pedro, thank you to John for subscribing. Appreciate it. Now let me ask you, were you a part of any like weird gimmick plays or anything like that, whether on offense or defense at any point in your collegiate Pop Warner? You didn't get a chance to feel it?
Oh no, I lied. In high school, yes.
In high school?
In high school, we had a reverse pass, and I was the guy who was running for the pass.
Nice.
But that's about it. It doesn't work in college, and you got too many athletes. You have like Devin Hester got those kind of plays over there.
Yeah.
Roscoe Parrish got that kind of.
DJ
There's
Williams did one against
annexation of Puerto Rico.
It was a fake punt.
A fake punt, and he ran it up the middle against Florida State.
In the Orange Bowl.
Yeah.
We called that.
That's right.
Coach Shapiro used to not Shapiro. Coach the running backs coach Solinger. Coach Solinger used to call it. I forgot what I think it was called Bronco or something like that.
Yeah.
And he'll run right through the hole. Like it'll be a fake botch punt, and then it worked every time at practice. And he knew he would be able to, because DJ Williams was a running back.
Yeah.
So he was legit like a dog in college, in high school at I forgot what high school he went to. It was like a big high school that was undefeated for like 4 years.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Wasn't he? But was he a South Florida guy or?
No, DJ Williams was from California.
Oh, California.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot the same school Maurice Jones-Drew went to. A lot of great athletes went to that school. They actually did a documentary on ESPN about his.
I think I know which one you're talking about. I'll try and look it up. Let me see.
But long story short, I never did a gimmick play in college, but
He went to De La Salle.
De La Salle High School.
Okay.
They were a powerhouse. I think they kind of, I ain't gonna say they fell off, but the schools in Cali caught up with their style of game.
Hey, it was his birthday the other day. 36 years old.
Yeah, he turned 36.
Yeah,
Broke
the
the
DJ
school
Williams.
record for touchdowns in a season with 42 touchdowns.
That's awesome.
42 touchdowns in the season. College. Dang.
No, high school.
Oh, in high school. Yeah.
33
In California,
rushing,
too.
5 receiving, yeah.
Now, okay, so you were never part of a gimmick play. I had a really sick gimmick play that we used to do in our flag football league, and I always
Red
liked
7?
running it. Red 7. Hot route. I like, that was always my, the first play I used to run at every game. And it was, I would line up at center, because, it's 4 on 4, so I'd line up at center. We'd send the left receiver in motion, right? He comes running. The quarterback is in shotgun, and he's still like, he's going, hot route. So the guy's coming around, and he's looking at the other receiver, and then I do a soft snap, so the guy gets the snap while he's coming across. Then the other receiver comes back for a reverse, right? So he gives it to him. Our quarterback is just like, what's going on? And he just kind of like sneaks out as a short dump off. But usually the play has two options. One, the guy who's getting the sweep to run it, or me, after the snap, I just slowly go drift to the back and get behind the defense, and then I'm open. And they throw it deep, and hey, that's how I like to. You don't see that.
All your athletic ability.
Bro, show it right there, bro. That's the first play of the game. Hit him right in the face, right off the bat.
And then you lose about 20.
Hey, we were pretty good. We had some cool plays, but
We have fun out there.
yeah, we had fun out there. We had a lot of heart. That's what we say to the guys that are really bad. But
But he was young, Tony Sperano, 52, right?
yeah, he was in his 50s, man. 56.
56.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
still young.
But now back to Sperano thing. I want to ask you. You were playing in the NFL. And if I asked you, were you you weren't a Dolphins fan, or you weren't a football fan?
I've always been a Dolphins fan by default, and
Mhm.
I was a Dan Marino fan. When I grew up, football was not my number one sport.
Yeah.
And when I got fast, when I found out I had speed, that's when football started to become
These powers.
more important because I saw a way out.
Gus, what did it sound like when you got speed? Hit the little NFL song? That's what it sounded like when he woke up one day and he was like, oh, I'm fast.
I have speed.
Oh,
My God.
Run
My
by
man's moving
everybody.
faster than I can ever predict it.
you remind me of like those guys in the neighborhood that I had that were always like, yo, let's race, man, let's race. Were you one of those guys who was
No, see,
constantly
the thing
racing
about it,
everybody?
I wasn't.
No?
But everybody wanted to race me once they started noticing I was fast.
Really?
And
Man, I feel like that was like, I have a...
they thought it was a fluke. That's a fluke because the way I found out I was fast, it was actually in 7th grade.
Yeah.
We had field day.
Okay.
And we had like the 60-yard shuttle, like who could run
Oh,
the
yeah.
fastest.
Yeah.
So I won the first time. I was like, okay, race again. Won the second time. So I was like, okay, I'm racing against the fastest guy now. I think it was a guy named Dwight, and it was Roscoe. I beat them. So I was like, shit,
Damn.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? That's why I said, what the fuck is going on? I'm like,
Ricky
I'm fast.
Bobby over here.
I said, I'm fast.
I want to go fast.
So that's when I started getting popular. Like, yo, Tanar, you beat Roscoe, you beat Dwight. Like, what the fuck? Like, how you got fast? And in the back of my head, like, I knew my dad ran for the Bahamas Olympic team. He was fast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I didn't think his sperm started to generate. It woke up in my system, and I became fast. Like,
Hey, listen, man.
I was a late bloomer.
Ah, okay.
If you want to call it.
The first race he won was as a sperm.
Yeah,
well,
that's
you
exactly.
won that race, you know what I'm saying?
It woke up, but yeah, when I realized I was fast, I was like, oh shit, like I'm that dude now. Then everybody wanted to start racing me now. I was like, yeah, fuck.
I'm telling you, I had a friend, or I still have a friend, a good buddy of mine, Renee. I don't know if he's listening, but he, as kids growing up, he was the TD. He was
Yeah.
like, we were all like outdoor kids growing up in the neighborhood, so we were never like video games was what you played on a rainy day. So we were always outside playing sports, whatever it was. We had a good childhood, and your Maria can attest to this. She knows Renee. But I think it was even before they got there because me and him go real way back. Anyway, he's the kind of guy like if a new kid came into the neighborhood, like, hey, what's up, man? Hey, bro, you like sports? And he's like, yeah, okay, cool. So you want to hang out? Yeah, let's play. And he's like, but first, we got to race, bro. We got to race. We got to see who's fastest. Because that's what determined everything as a kid. He's the fastest kid. So I was just like, that's how everything was as a kid. It's like, oh, we got to run. We got to race. That was the first thing you did, bro. And it's like, those weird childhood
memories. We had one of those guys who used to take his shoes off and run barefooted. I'm like, how? I just see people go like, how does that make you faster?
Dude, I don't even like.
It hurts.
I don't even like being barefoot in my house.
Yeah, when guys just take their shoes off, I'm like, yo, I'm telling myself as a kid, like,
see, because the pavement is hot as fuck, so you want to finish the race quick as possible. That's what it is.
And they used to run fast as fuck with the shoes off too. I was like, yo, I don't know what the hell you want, bro.
Fuck
I ain't taking my shoes off.
Well,
fucking training in Ethiopia.
Usually they want their shoes to be as thin as possible so that you can get like your
traction.
Yeah. I guess I don't know, but my brother was in track and my sister too, and they always wanted thinner.
You ever seen those shoes with toes?
Yeah.
Those are weird as fuck.
Oh yeah, like those we call them frog toes.
Those are weird.
Yeah, they was popular. It was popular for like a year and they fell off. Adidas started with them.
Oh, my boy Mark got that, and we did Warrior Dash, one of those like stupid fucking obstacle courses.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, yo, I'm ready. And he did Warrior Dash for that one. And he had him on. He was doing his run, and he hated it. He was like, this is the worst, most uncomfortable thing ever. And I was like, hey, yeah.
He got blisters like all over his feet.
Hey, shout out to Churrasco Wonton joining in. Says Fred was the kid who could jump the highest. So he's questioning my vert. I got incredible vert for those of you who don't know. It's about
30.
It's about
12 inches.
12? That's generous.
I was in my neighborhood. I was the fast kid.
You were the fast kid?
Yeah, I can see you being the fast kid. You're low to the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Low center of gravity.
Yeah.
But I also have vert. Edwin can attest. I can jump pretty high.
Yeah, Gus actually can touch the backboard, and I couldn't do it when we were at the gym the other day, and I was pretty embarrassed. So, and I have like a whole foot on him, you know what I mean? So, Gus, you can just jump real high, okay? And that's it. That's all I'm going to say about that. Anyway, back to Sperano.
Hater.
I'm super hating there. Okay, I will say this. So, like, I was getting at asking you if you were a Dolphins fan. Now, in the last 20 years since Marino, it's been since '98. It's been 20 years, right? 20 years of misery, and we have nothing exciting that has happened.
Two playoff appearances since then. That's
it. Two playoff appearances in 20 years. A lot of heartache. A lot of crap. Now, 20 years prior to that, we had a lot more success, than these last 20 years. But when you look back at it, Sperano and that one season was the most success and the best we felt as Dolphin fans in that whole 20-year block, bro.
Yeah.
Who was your quarterback at the time, too, if you remember?
It was Chad Pennington that year.
That's why they had to go out there.
Yeah.
Because his ass couldn't throw. He had a bad-ass shoulder.
Yeah, but he almost won MVP that season. Remember that Peyton Manning got an overrated MVP that year. And
he deserved it over Chad Pennington.
No, Chad Pennington was the more. Dude, he went from 1-15 to 11-5.
Yeah.
Bro. And that was all
and
him.
Then after
Chad Pennington didn't throw any interceptions that season. He was great.
He was always one of the more accurate quarterbacks.
Yeah, he was very accurate. When he got to the playoff, the first playoff game against he threw 5 picks and we got killed by Baltimore. I was there.
Because they set on his routes. Like he couldn't throw. The one thing you knew, he couldn't throw deep balls.
Well, Baltimore was just a sophisticated defense. They game planned for us, and they did what nobody else was able to do that season. But I will say that Sperano is responsible for the best Dolphin memories that you have for the last 20 years.
I mean, there was that other season.
What other season?
The last time we made the playoffs.
2 seasons ago?
Yeah.
But there was nothing memorable about that.
No, there wasn't.
We backed into the playoffs. You know what I mean? It was a cluttered. We were 10-6.
And we lost our quarterback for the playoffs.
And we lost the quarterback, so we went into that playoff game with Matt Moore throwing the ball. You know what I mean?
Respect him.
Huh?
I respect Matt.
Yeah, you can respect it, but still, there was nothing memorable about that season.
No.
You get what I'm saying? But if you look at it, in the last 20 years, there was these moments. The Jay Fiedler years. There was some little promise there. We had a couple of playoff appearances.
Ray Lucas?
Yeah, no, Jay Fiedler. Ray Lucas
was a quarterback too, right?
Yeah, he was hot garbage, bro. Cleo Lemon. We gone through a bunch of scrub, man.
That's what we named our show after.
Shout out to Cleo Lemon. Who was the other guy that we had that was garbage?
Greasy?
We had Greasy, Jay Feely. No, Jay Yeah, AJ Feely. That was the guy. Jay Feely was the kicker.
Who did
John
we-
Beck.
John Beck.
That
that's what
guy
I
was another
searching
bum.
for, yeah.
Chad Henne. We've had a lot. The list goes on and on. Like, if it wasn't that Cleveland is so bad at quarterbacks, we'd be the one that they'd always be showing. You know, they always show that Cleveland
Yeah.
Browns jersey with the tape over
the
every single
quarterbacks.
name. Yeah, we'd be up there too because we're just as pathetic. But let me ask you, if you look back at it, Sperano is responsible for the best season that we've had in the last 20 years, where we were really genuinely excited about stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we were like, whoa, this team, we really thought we had a chance to surprise some people. We, you know, we're like, this is Chad, man. Like, Chad's the man. I saw Chad Pennington at a Heat game that year, man. I took a picture with him, man. I was so excited. I was like, fucking Dan Marino's here. No, I want Chad Pennington's picture, man. That's what I was excited about.
I was so excited about that guy, like, throughout the season.
Yeah.
That when we first signed him, I was like, man, fuck this fucking Jet. And then, but as the season went on, I'm like, all right, I fuck with Chad Pennington.
Yeah, man. I fuck with him.
Yeah.
Chad was great, bro. The Chad was great. And then, Chad got hurt and never played again.
Tony Sperano, he never gave you the impression like he was part of the mob.
Oh, yeah. Well, Tony Soprano, bro. Tony Soprano. That's what
Tony
it was.
Soprano.
Yeah, that tough guy, like, fuck you up, look. Yeah.
He was just definitely a neck on the Sopranos, bro. He had that wise guy look, you know.
That wise guy,
yeah.
he was a
What
made
the
man.
fuck you looking at? I'm a whack you over here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he looked like one of those guys. But
He was a made man.
he was a made man, and he'll forever be remembered for that because he gave us something that was, spectacular. For however brief it was, unfortunately it's the only thing that we have to hang on to. It's that and 72 Dolphins, That's all we got, bro.
Dan Marino.
Yeah, and Dan Marino, that guy.
Rest in peace, like real talk for Tony Sperano.
Yeah, man, real.
That
Sucks. Yeah, that sucks, bro.
He's a great tribute to NFL history.
Yeah.
So anyway, keeping with the Dolphins here, I'm gonna pull up a little article here. ESPN, your competition over there. Don't worry, we're Team NFL Network here. But your competition over here, ESPN released their 2018 NFL QB tiers. So 50 executives ranked the starting quarterbacks into 4 different tiers of quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Ranking the tier 1 quarterback these are the categories. So tier 1 quarterback can carry his team each week. The team wins because of him. He expertly handles peer on everything. Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna search or you're gonna?
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up. You know what? The site is like not working for me.
I'm sure you've seen it. Just talk about it, man.
They was like,
Yeah,
for real.
It's not working.
ESPN's like, wait, your team who now?
Yeah, sons of
speaking of
bitches.
baseball,
Baseball.
I can't see what that is.
J-Lo.
Oh yeah, J-Lo with
49
A-Rod.
years old, looking like
Oh,
that's,
J-Lo,
that's that Latino blood right
Okay.
there. She's above beyond greatness.
J-Lo, yeah, bro. J-Lo's still
49.
Jenny from the block.
49, bro. Jenny from the block.
Yeah, man.
All right, they don't really give the specifics on what a tier 1 is.
Yeah, you're trying to
It's
pull it up
subjective.
there?
Yeah, it's
Is it very? All right, say a tier 1 quarterback can carry his team each week.
yeah.
The team wins because of him. He's expert. Can't say that word right now. Expertly handles per passing situations. So, you have Aaron Rodgers as a tier 1. You have Tom Brady as a tier 1. Those are the tier 1 guys. So I'm gonna go to tier 2.
Yeah, Drew Brees and Ben Roethlisberger are the other two.
All right,
Yeah.
tier 2 is.
Hey, shout out to Evan there for the follow.
What happened?
Hey, Jesse says your Materva over here looks like a pinga with yellow balls.
Oh. Yes, it does. I can see it from here. Was that on purpose?
Sorry, yeah.
Nice.
That's just saying. That's just for him.
That's awesome.
Anyway, we got some Cowboys are better over here. You know what it is?
Is that Manny?
No, it's not Manny. Okay, it's because it's asking me to activate an insider account, and I have a password. I don't know why it's doing this shit.
So they're not really.
No.
So
Yeah, okay, so forget that. Anyway, I'll tell you where they had. Yeah, it's. I'm not gonna log in.
Come on,
I don't remember my
get it
password,
right.
bro. I hate that. I have it, but I hate that they do that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
To buy shit.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Right.
So they got our boy Tannehill ranked 27th.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that, bro? Like,
I
where do
think
you look?
That's right.
I think it's right, but like.
I don't think he is the 27th, but I think it's right because he hasn't been able to play the past 2 seasons.
Exactly. He shows glimpse of good.
Has he?
Yes. Stop it, man.
Does
Like
he show
he
glimpse
has,
of
man.
good? But what's
He has.
good?
Like if Tannehill didn't get hurt and Matt Moore didn't have to show up, Tannehill could have led you guys to that playoff win against Pittsburgh. I believe so.
Okay.
I believe so. He had enough to get you guys there. He got hurt, so okay, we got to move on. But Ryan Tannehill is a good quarterback. He's not, the key word, good, not great.
But
now,
which is all you need.
But we're paying him great money, though.
And that's not his fault. It's the market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's plenty of other quarterbacks that are making great money. He's not the only one.
You can't fault him for that. So he's giving you just enough to keep you relevant inside your division.
Okay.
Imagine if you're like the Jets that you don't have a quarterback.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're trying to figure it out each year.
Yeah.
So Ryan Tannehill, to me, is exactly where he needs to be. He can easily jump from 27 to 10 next year.
What?
If he wins the division, if he beats Tom Brady.
That's a hot take.
If he wins the division and beats Tom Brady.
Well, okay.
All right, I wouldn't say he can
Hold
easily
on.
do it, but he can do it.
Okay, what in his professional career has shown you that he could possibly do that?
Bro, the guy has won games with no offensive line.
Man, he's a good quarterback.
The guy has won games with no offensive line.
And the prime example,
No, he hasn't. He hasn't.
And the prime example showed that your backup quarterback can't do nothing for you. So if
you say he's won games, I can tell you he's lost a bunch more games than he's won.
You would have drafted,
with no offensive line.
And but that doesn't make it.
You wanted Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I wanted Lamar
Jackson.
Jackson.
Worse off with Lamar Jackson.
Oh.
I don't know about that.
Because I'm saying you can. All right, we're talking
We're
about
the Dolphin
gimmicks.
fans on YouTube. Come on, let us know. Who do you want as quarterback? What do you think of Tannehill?
We talk about gimmick quarterbacks. We know Lamar Jackson can run, but he's not an accurate quarterback. Ryan Tannehill has accuracy to his game. He's not Drew Brees. He's not like a eagle eye. He's not Tom Brady. He's not, of course, Peyton Manning. But he gets it done with the weapons he has. So you ask for a 27 quarterback, that's what you get, a 27 tier or 27 type of quarterback. If he wins the division, they win that division. He will be a top 10 quarterback because he's the only reason they will win the division.
Yeah, because they got rid of all his
they don't have a defense anymore.
all his weapons.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I'm
a Tannehill fan, and I'm a
I like him too.
fan.
I like Tannehill too.
I don't know, bro. I would legit. Let me see. How do I structure this here so that it makes the most sense? Look, we got Jesse over here says he'll take Lamar over Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah.
So we already got another guy.
Because he's the sexy pick.
Aside from sexy pick, let's just say I think that there is probably, if there's 26 other quarterbacks that are ahead of Ryan Tannehill right now on this list, I would probably take any one of these quarterbacks over him right now.
So you'll take Andy Dalton?
I'd take, you know what? That's exactly what Ryan Tannehill is, bro. He is Andy Dalton.
The Red Rifle?
He's the Red Rifle.
No
and I think Andy Dalton has been in a better situation, so his stats are going to be a little better. He's got more, obviously he has AJ Green, and he's had a running game and stuff like that, so he's had better weapons, but he is exactly the same thing as this guy. They're vanilla. They're not going to get you anything exciting. They do what they do. They've shown you some glimpses. But they are status quo.
Watch this though.
They're good,
how
not
many coaches
great.
has Andy Dalton have?
Yeah, he's only had one.
How many coaches had Ryan Tannehill had?
I don't know.
Exactly.
A lot.
Oh, bro.
If you're a rookie quarterback and you're going through two coaches already, you're trying to figure out what kind of offense I'm going to run.
Is that his problem? Unfortunately, it's out of his hand, and that's mismanagement on the team. You know what I mean? By having this revolving door at coaches, I feel for him on that. But if you're a transcendent athlete and you're somebody, you gotta give that has promise. You gotta give us hope, bro. And we have no hope with Tannehill.
Okay.
Like he doesn't inspire.
We're not saying that. We just finished saying that he's not a great quarterback.
He's a
good quarterback.
He's good, but I'm just done with good.
Watch this now.
I'd rather take a prospect and I'd rather take a gamble on somebody than continue with the status quo that we have.
If RG3 was available to come,
RG3's a bum though.
And
He's
so
washed
what I'm
up. No.
I'm just saying,
realistic.
though.
Oh, you know what? I would take any of these quarterbacks that were drafted in the first round over Tannehill. Yeah, man.
Those guys are not proven.
I would take any of those because at least they give us hope and at least there's the prospect of something. We know what the ceiling has been hit with Tannehill.
No,
We know he's good.
Nah, you can't say that, man.
bro.
That's a hot take.
The front office of the Miami Dolphins did not give him an extension just because they felt sorry for him.
Yeah,
They gave him an extension because they see promise in his game.
No, they saw maybe a little bit of promise, but you know what it was? It was the market that decided his
and
price.
they see promise
Like
in his
you
game
just
because
said.
the draft was next year. They could have easily drafted a quarterback.
Yeah, they could have, but they invested too much. The timing was right, and they had to pay him at that moment. And then when the draft came around, they had just invested on him, so they weren't going to take another quarterback.
A quarterback in the first round.
No, bro, but they haven't. Man. That's the thing. They struck out on every quarterback that we've ever
They
drafted.
didn't have to sign him. Then they could have.
Out of all the quarterbacks the Dolphins had since Dan Marino, who's the guy who's been there the longest besides Jay Fiedler? Because he was not drafted there. He was. I think he came in as a free
Jay
agent.
Fiedler was the quarterback for the Jaguars during
Dan
Marino's last
I'm talking about
NFL
drafted
game.
to the Dolphins that stayed there for more than 3 years.
Oh, he's the only one.
He's the only one. He's been there for 4 years now.
Well, we had Chad Henne for a few years.
3 years, bro.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. I look, Dante Culpepper I would have taken with his busted knee. Anyway, John over here says, yeah, he thinks there's more of a ceiling with Tannehill.
Thank you, John.
Okay,
You know football, John. I love you.
John doesn't know football. Listen, he might know some other stuff, but no, he doesn't know what he's talking about here. He's wrong, okay? No. There's no ceiling. The ceiling has been hit. The ceiling has been passed. It's surpassed. We broke through. We broke through the ceiling already, man. We're going the other way.
If Ryan Tannehill stays healthy the entire year,
Yeah.
he will lead the Dolphins to the playoffs and possibly can put them into the conference championship.
But you're asking. Oh.
If he is healthy, keyword. Keyword. Man, listen, you can't tell me the Eagles went in there and did what they did with the kind of offense they got and won games. And, oh, now the Eagles are the sexy team in the NFL. They just figured it out.
No, man.
Ryan Tannehill, once he figured it out as a fourth-year veteran in the NFL, he can take that team deep into the playoffs. And I will be the first person here to say it. I will be at NFL Network probably that time in the playoffs.
That's right.
I will come back and get back on his mic and say, I told you so.
Oh, bro, I really hope you can tell me that. I really, really hope, because then that means we'd be in a good spot. But I am not believing that, bro. I'm not buying that, man. It's, look, we got some comments over here. It says, Evan says he misses Jay Fiedler.
Evan misses anything from like 10 years ago or more.
Exactly. Now, Jesse over here says, I think we haven't seen his lowest, but we've seen his ceiling already, which I think that's a fair assessment. We maybe haven't seen, the lowest, but we've seen what Tannehill can bring you. And to me, bro, I'm just like, I feel like we've really tried. I honestly, I don't know whose fault it was 2 years ago when he blew out his knee. And that the decision to not get surgery, I don't know if that was his decision or the Dolphins.
He got a second opinion, so I think it was his decision.
But the Dolphins should have had the surgery right after it happened, man. They should have forced him to do this.
If he got a second opinion, he left it up to his hands. But this, I can agree. I can disagree to agree with you, but I'm gonna agree with you on this. Yeah. This is his last year to show what he.
Oh, for sure, dude.
If he doesn't get anything done, he's out.
Done, bro.
Yeah, sure.
Done. Hot garbage, man.
Okay.
It says here, by the time he figures it out, we'll all be dead.
I hope I don't die next year.
Yeah, man.
I want to be alive.
No, bro, I'm telling you, with him, it's with Tannehill, to me, he's gotta be the most frustrating Dolphins player we've had in a long time. For me personally, because of the fact that we drafted him so high. You know what I mean?
But what frustrates
you? That was a coach decision, because the coach used to coach him in college.
Yeah, I know, Mike Sherman, who drafted him. Yeah. What frustrates me the most, Gus, is I like a little moxie with my players. I'm not gonna lie. And as a quarterback, I feel like you gotta have a little bravado, a little command of your team. You know what I mean? like our boy.
So if he had the same personality, but we were winning this whole time, you would still feel this way?
I don't think that's possible. I don't think that you can
Of course
win
it
with
is,
that
man.
with that personality.
Plenty of quarterbacks that have
Eli
won.
Manning was winning with that personality.
Yeah, man.
Eli Manning is an exception, but he comes from a
See how you
bloodline.
just-
But he comes from a bloodline of incredible quarterback athletes, you know. But
his dad
okay,
win.
the more, but he was a quarterback. He was a successful quarterback.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, if you look at your boy Peyton Manning, who you played with and you got to know, right? That guy commanded a presence. He really.
Yeah, he commanded the team.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he took
You
control.
need that. You look at the great quarterbacks, and you know it because you saw it firsthand. A couple of weeks ago, when we had Justin on, and he was telling us about Aaron Rodgers, same thing. You know what I mean? You look at these great quarterbacks; they have that little bit of a moxie. You gotta have it. You know what I'm saying? And some of them can be the soft-spoken type, like like Bruno Mars, who plays out in Seattle. What's his name?
Oh,
What?
you're talking
Russell
about
Wilson.
Russell Wilson,
Yeah,
yeah.
him. He's got some of
Marcus
that.
Mariota.
Yeah, Marcus Mariota, he's a little too quiet for me.
Yeah.
But I feel like with him, he's got an incredible skill set that's way better than Tannehill's.
Okay.
But he's gotta change a little bit. I was really high on him last season, and then he really just flatlined last season, man.
Speaking of him too, him and Jameis Winston, I think this is their year too. They got to figure it out. If they don't figure it out this year, one of them won't be on that team next year.
Yeah.
If Marcus Mariota throws, if he just
Oh, Jameis Winston's already
He's
gone,
he's
dude.
suspended for like the first three
First three
games. or
games.
something
four
like that.
games, well, if he they're going to get rid of him next year. I think they got too much money invested in him. But let's get back to Tannehill.
Yeah.
You know, you made a great point. Is that he's very, I want to say, passive aggressive.
Yeah, man.
You know, if he wants to really, really command that team, he has to step out of his comfort zone and lead the team.
Yeah.
Take ownership of the faults. Take ownership of demanding, I want to be the person that has the ball in my hand when it's time to win. If he does that, the organization will be like, hey, this is what we want.
And maybe he's like that. Maybe he is, in the huddle and stuff. And maybe the players, but it's never reported
It's not
that way.
shown on TV.
It's not
Yeah.
showing up anywhere. You know, he comes off like a tennis player. That's what they said here. It's just like a soft tennis player. You know, and it's just he rubs me the wrong way, man. And I'm just to the point where I'm just so frustrated.
Some of these tennis players are bad boys, man.
No, I know, man. But he's being a little too much of a bitch. Anyway, okay. In other NFL news here from the source himself, what else can you tell us? This guy, Saquon Barkley, a lot of money guaranteed for a rookie, huh?
You know, if I'm reading it right, all his money is guaranteed. Now, and he was the second pick. I believe he just got more money than
the number one pick.
the number one pick.
Damn.
He just signed just now.
Has that ever happened before?
That never happens.
That's great.
That never happens.
That's awesome.
Unless I'm reading it wrong, because I just saw that. Dang, I just forgot the quarterback for the Browns' name just now for some reason.
Oh, Baker Mayfield.
Baker
Baker
Mayfield. I was
yeah.
gonna say Baker something, but Baker Mayfield, I think he just got $35 million.
Okay.
And
not fully
Barkley,
guaranteed.
Barkley, not all of it guaranteed.
Yeah.
Barkley has everything guaranteed. I think it's $36 million.
That's awesome.
That's some shit, bro. I want some of
Good
that
for
cash
him.
flow, bro.
But the reason I think they're doing that too for him is because they see a ceiling that Ezekiel Elliott, they see Todd Gurley style going into his last year of his contract. He's going to get paid very well.
Yeah.
So they're expecting him to play like that, so he'll have to go back to the table for a new deal. And then once that contract is over, they can give him a new deal. The Giants will be very aggressive with his contract.
Yeah.
And rightly so, because that guy, man, look.
He looks like a monster, man.
That boy is something else, man. His highlight speaks for itself.
Yeah.
It speaks for itself. And you add Odell Beckham to be a distraction to get people outside the box. Man.
Well, I think it's the scary thing about the Giants is the one thing, as much as nobody likes that mouth breather Eli Manning, the one thing that he hasn't had in quite a few years is a running game. So when you don't have any running game, you don't have a threat. So they're going to stack the box. They're going to give you the pressure. They're going to shut down your receivers. And even with that, Beckham was still putting up numbers, and Eli was still putting up numbers, but they were one-dimensional. They were just pass.
Yeah.
They had nothing, bro.
Yeah.
They had some. What was that guy, the running back that we had in fantasy a couple years ago?
I can't remember the Giants.
He had that weird name, Darko or something. Yeah, anyway, if you know in the chat there, let us know.
Nah.
But anyway, with this adds a whole new element. If this guy is as good as advertised, okay, which that's still a big if. We've seen guys like this, you know. Don't forget, Trent Richardson was the number 3 pick overall.
Yeah.
And that guy ended up being a complete bum.
That's
you know
true.
what I mean?
That's true.
Saquon Barkley, okay, his contract says 4 year, $31 million, rookie according to the sources, first round pick.
Yeah.
He got immediately once he signed his contract, he got a $15 million check right in there.
Ooh.
So
That's nice.
that's what he's
That's a
getting.
signing bonus.
Each year he's going to get the rest of that.
Yeah.
So he's going to earn that money. Yo.
I'm telling you, man. It's definitely we'll see if he's as good as advertised. I think the Giants are scary. I'm not gonna lie. I think they have they got quite a nice team over there. But then we'll see. Now I'm looking here at the preseason. ESPN does have this here available for me. The power rankings, okay, of going into the season. So they got right now. Let's see, they got the Eagles still at 1, and their free agency ranking was 1. Nothing has changed here. So they got the Eagles, Patriots, Steelers, the Saints, bro. Saints. And then the Vikings at number 5. Now I think the team here that they got at 6, this is the team that I'm like looking forward to watching this season. Probably the most outside of the Dolphins here. Obviously Dolphins just because of the homer fact. But if I'm if I'm just a guy who enjoys the game, I want to see what's gonna happen in LA, bro. I think the Rams got some shit going, bro. They added a key to lead. Yeah. They added what's the kid Peterson from the Chiefs? The Chiefs guy.
Yeah, he's a great cornerback.
Yeah, they got Ndamukong Suh. You know, they beefed up that defense, bro.
Yeah, and they were already a good
and
team.
They just signed Austin, the receiver that they got for the Patriots. He was the first round pick for the New Orleans Saints a couple years back.
Austin?
No, Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks. Thank you
Yep.
for correcting me. I'm kind of infactual today. Yeah, they just signed him. They just signed him
Factually unfactual.
A very good deal. And to correct my statement about the money that Baker Mayfield got, he actually got more than Saquon Barkley. He got $32.5 million. Saquon got $31 million. So
but Saquon got more guaranteed.
That's what it is.
More guaranteed.
More guaranteed.
I'm telling you, I'm keeping an eye on the Rams, man.
Yeah, they were already good, and they added all these guys. Like
they've added a lot of pieces.
Man, this can go both ways, you know.
But exactly, at the same time that I look at the Rams, you know what I can't help but think of?
The Eagles.
The Eagles from a few years ago.
Young was there.
Was a dream team. What was that? And Nandi Abzawa.
Oh, Nandi Asamoah, yeah. I thought that guy was gonna ball out at Philly. He didn't do anything.
He fell off.
That guy went from like elite to Burakaka in one season, bro.
I remember. He got paid. Man, I remember I was mad that the Dolphins didn't pick him up. But then, thank God they didn't.
Yeah, thank God, bro. Yeah. Did you shoot
him?
No.
I left right with Nami. I left when they signed Asante Samuel.
Oh, okay.
They gave him that $22 million like guaranteed money.
I liked Asante, bro. I always thought Asante Samuel was a really, really, really good player. I thought he was a game changer.
He was very instinctive. Like he really knew the offense.
He was a turnover machine, bro. Yeah. The guy was legit turnover machine. He would always, be at the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
But is there any other team that you're looking forward to watching this season, Gus? What are you guys looking forward to?
Raiders, bro. I want to see Chucky.
Bro, the Raiders.
Do his thing.
The Raiders are projected pretty fucking low, bro.
I know.
That division is strong.
Yeah. I just want to see.
They got the Raiders at 19, man.
Yeah. They have Denver still looks good. The Chiefs look good in that division, and then Chargers.
The Chargers is a team that everybody says don't sleep on. They said the Chargers are going to be the.
Are they going to play in LA Galaxy Stadium again?
Oh, the StubHub Center, man. Yeah. Damn. That's a tough sell.
My pick to really, and I was right 2 years ago about the Jaguars.
I'm
going to be right again right now.
Yeah?
The Cleveland Browns will make the playoffs.
Oh, again with the Cleveland Browns. Why are we talking about the shitty Browns?
And I'm being straight up with you, man.
You're fair enough. All right.
Tyrod Taylor, this is what's going to happen with him. If he goes 1-3, they want to put him rookie in.
Yeah.
If he's 2-2, it's going to be a quarterback controversy. If he goes 3-1, they're going to let him ride out the rest of the season.
That's a lot of ask right there, bro. You're asking a team that won 1 game in 2 seasons. You know who's they got Cleveland at 31. They got the Colts at 32.
That's crazy.
They got the Colts at 32.
And Andrew Luck is back.
Andrew Luck is apparently back.
Is he?
They said he's cleared. All of a sudden he's medically cleared. But so that's the bottom 2. Guess who's number 3rd from the bottom?
The Dolphins?
Yeah, bro. This is what I'm talking about.
They've
This
lost
is,
a lot of players.
I
man.
know, but this is what Tannehill has gotten us to, bro. We're the
What?
third
It's not
worst
his
team,
fault
bro.
that we lost all these players.
He took them to the playoffs.
Stop trolling the show, Edwin. God damn
Bro,
it.
that guy, man. This is where we are. We got Tannehill, and we're the third worst projected team in the
If you didn't
NFL.
have Tannehill, y'all guys on the way to the playoffs the past the 4 years he's been there, he took you to the playoffs twice. If you didn't have him, you would be in the playoffs.
One time. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Once, and he's been here forever. Listen, let me ask you. What about this? How bad of a time is it in Miami sports right now that the Dolphins are ranked preseason rank here 30th out of 32 teams. The Marlins are projected to have a historically bad finish, but surprisingly they're playing really well. But they're still a bad team right now. Okay, Miami Heat, we got nothing, bro. We're talking about sending Wade to China. You know what I mean? We're talking about deporting Wade. And then hopefully somehow somebody takes these bad contracts off the books for us, and that we maybe win a few games next season. We have no hope in 3 of our big sports franchises, and then the Panthers, as good as they are, and how we've covered them, we've had the pleasure of covering them last season, and we're excited about it because we've seen it. But they get no pub. They could be hit or miss. You know what I mean? They could be.
They're a report. I forget which website put out they graded their off-season moves of all the NHL teams. Panthers got an A-, dude.
Yeah, the Panthers are good and they're really good, but in hockey, it's a more of it's a different variable when it comes to these teams. Like teams that are like last season, the Panthers were projected to be really good also going into it, but they got off to a horrible start, and then at the end they were struggling and trying to make it as an 8th seed. There's just too much parity in hockey.
I mean, they went on a hot streak.
They went on a hot streak.
Lemon
City
hot
streak.
You know,
But I think it's just too much parity in hockey that it's hard to get a real good gauge of how good a team is until the season starts. And unfortunately, I think right now that doesn't provide enough excitement for the fans down here to be like, oh, hey, the Panthers. So I feel like they're a victim of their own, success. But I think,
they're so far away.
yeah, and that they're all the way on the other side of Fort Lauderdale.
I think if you followed the Panthers throughout the ending of last season, you're gonna be excited going into this season.
Yeah.
You know what you can look forward to going into next year.
Yeah, exactly.
Canes football, though.
Oh.
Now, Canes football, that's what I was going to get at. Canes football right now is probably the only singular sports team that we have that we can actually get excited
They're
about.
projected to win the Coastal again.
Yeah.
But we have to win the first game against LSU.
Oh, of course.
We
Of course.
must win that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That right there can dictate our entire season.
Oh, no, it will dictate. Dictate. It will definitely dictate the whole entire season. And unfortunately,
LSU's not even that good this year.
they're not that good. But
we have to
the
be.
game is in Death Valley?
No, it's actually Dallas Cowboys Stadium.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
They're playing at okay.
Jerry World.
Jerry World,
We should
neutral.
go.
All right, let's put in for that one.
Yeah.
It's a neutral playing field, but
Bobby's World?
I don't know, man. We're also with the Canes. With the Canes, I hate to say this, but I also feel a little bit like I did with the Heat a couple seasons ago. 11-30 or 30-11. There was a tale of two parts of that season. The Heat were like they started off 11-30, but they finished 30-11. Which Heat team was it the following season? And it ended up being more of a mixture of both, but it ended up really just being 2 wins better than the season before. So that to me tells me it's more of an 11-30 team, not that 30-11. Hurricanes were 10-0, but then finished 0-4.
Yeah.
With the two.
Which one do we have?
Which one? And that's what worries me. We lost the last 2 regular season games.
And
then we lost the championship game against Clemson. We got rocked by Clemson, and then we got beat by Wisconsin.
I knew it was what happened. I didn't think once we lost against Pitt.
Yeah.
I knew it was what happened.
With Clemson, it was like, okay, I could see that. You know what I mean? We could.
They had a better team.
That was a great team.
Yeah.
But still, man, I don't know, bro.
The quarterback play has to be much better.
Canes
has to be much better.
Canes did suffer some key injuries at the end of last season, but still, you gotta have that depth.
Yeah, the whole season. We didn't have Mark.
We got depth now.
Yeah, we didn't have Mark Walton. We didn't have any of that stuff.
Like it's not even funny, That team is loaded. So there's no excuses this year. Quarterback probably. The backup is not really. I don't think he's ready for the big games.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're grooming him, if they have a package for him, if something happens, and we get deep into the season and we're still undefeated, they're gonna have to figure it out because this is the sucky part about college football. As you get close to the end of the season, you can't play close in your games and you can't lose the game.
Yeah.
You can get away with it in the beginning of the season because you have more leverage to make up that going to closer to the end.
Yeah, that's how Alabama gets away with these seasons where they always lose. They always lose at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
You know?
But if you show like you're shitty
to get it out of the way.
like the last 3 games of the year, and you lose the last game of the year against a team that was ranked but is not good, your chances of the BCS is over. You can be 10-1. It's not in the ACC.
Yeah.
In SEC, you can get away with that.
SEC has a little bit more
that.
give.
Miami knows that. So now we have the ACC championship now, so that can give us some leverage. But I don't want to leave it up to that. We have to go and dominate it. LSU is extremely important, bro. We have to win that game. I don't care if we win by 1. We have to win that game.
Yeah, I agree. You know what? I don't want to see Alabama get another freebie.
I don't either. I don't.
And they don't even play in their own conference championship game, and they make the playoffs. Come on.
Yeah, that's
fuck out of here.
I can't get mad at them. You got to get mad at the BCS.
Yeah, the College Football Playoff Committee.
Yeah, the playoff committee. Let's use those terms. You can't get mad at Alabama. The playoff committee. They saw $1.
Yeah.
And it made sense to them to put Alabama in there.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, like I said at the beginning of the season, guys, football, it's right there, bro. I mean, at the beginning of the season, at the beginning of the broadcast tonight, we're one more weekend without football away, and now we'll be in the and then it's nothing but football all the way up until after the Super Bowl.
Yeah, man.
All right, now speaking of football, we're gonna talk about a little different type of football, the kind that you actually only use your feet.
Nice.
All right, we're gonna do this a little quickly here, bro.
You got a foot fetish.
We got a foot fetish over here. We're gonna talk about. So last time we were on, we were leading up to the World Cup final. Since then, it's been about a week and a couple of days now since the final happened, since France was crowned champion. And, I mean, everybody's talked ad nauseum about it already, and I'm sure everybody in our circle of friends and everybody that you know has mentioned it. But
we didn't talk about it,
but we didn't talk about it. I don't want to take too long talking about it because there's also some local soccer stuff that I think is a little more prevalent. But I will say this. There was a couple of things that I was kind of impressed with. Or let's just put it this way. What was your biggest takeaway from the World Cup in general? And
it was the cup of upsets. It was the cup set.
The cup
if
set.
you will.
Okay. And TD, did you have any takeaways?
I was thinking Mexico was going to do something. I was really looking forward to them to push it to the finals, but
yeah, what they do.
I was really looking forward to them to push it to the finals.
They did what they always do.
Yeah, they did what they always do, which is lose.
It was in the same round.
Yeah, in the same round since before I was born.
Yeah.
Anyway, my biggest takeaway was I was so impressed with Mbappe's maturity.
Yeah.
How he stepped up on the stage, and I'm really curious to see how this is going to carry over into the club season now. You know what I mean? How is he going to be able to to take this level, this excitement, this attention that he has on him right now? You know, in a sport where it's like, oh, you're hot, let me just give you money, come over here and play. You know what I mean? There's no longer proving yourself anymore in club football anymore, in club soccer. Now it's just, oh, you're hot, we're going to pay you a bunch of money and then prove yourself. Mm-hmm. You know, you look at these guys and you're looking at these players, which is great for the players, but your team can either be set back really hard if you invest in the wrong guy, or you can miss out if your guy that could be the future gets taken away from you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm actually kind of curious about that. But
I think you want to go the club route. PSG, which is the team that Mbappe plays for, would have been better suited to bring in Mbappe, not invest all that money in Neymar, and instead invest all that money into building up other key positions on the team. Yeah. I think Mbappe is clearly good enough to take the mantle and be the leader of that squad on the field. Yeah. And with a better surrounding cast around him in PSG, I think they would be a Champions League contender.
But he's also 19, bro. So that's the thing. That's what I'm curious to see how he's gonna adapt to this this level of pressure. But let me ask you here, Gus, since you're you're a big soccer guy. Yeah. I heard you like watching every once in a while. Who had the worst World Cup here? Was it Messi, Ronaldo, or Neymar?
Oh, Neymar.
Neymar.
He made a clown out of himself, bro.
Yes, I agree.
He made a clown.
I'm surprised by your answer. I agree. I think it's Neymar. I didn't think you were going to go that route, but I thought Neymar, because of how good Mbappe looked, and how he handled all the pressure and everything like that. Now, I will say this, Neymar, a little bit of saving face, just a little bit. He posted out that video on his social media where, he yelled out Neymar, and everybody started dropping and doing the Neymar challenge, and he laughed about it a little bit. Yeah. I'm glad you can laugh about it, but you still, you fucked up your chance here, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. and it's unfortunate because he's such a skilled player, and we said it throughout the whole tournament.
Man. He's got all the skill in the world.
It's tough to really
To
get
support
behind
that
it.
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
it's
is,
tough to
man.
support it.
I remember when I'm a Barcelona fan. When he came to Barcelona, I was like, oh, I cringed. Like I was like, okay, he's gonna help the team, but god damn it, Neymar. You know what I mean? Like, it's a weird thing when a guy you don't like comes to your team.
Yeah. Now, guys that are still hanging out with us, hanging out. I know we're getting to wee hours of the night. We're wrapping it up soon, but thank you guys for the subscribes, the likes, the shares. Tell your people. We're gonna try and keep this going. Maybe again next week. See how it is. Now, speaking of next week, we got some stuff on the docket here. Okay, we got this weekend. We have Miami FC is hosting Duluth FC. I think it is some weird NPSL team.
Yeah, Duluth,
right? It's Duluth, and they're hosting
from
them.
Pennsylvania. I forget.
This is Duluth, Georgia.
Probably from there.
Oh, yeah,
I think
yeah.
so. So they're hosting them, and then there's one more game, and then potentially the final. So Miami FC is making their run through the NPSL. They're waxing people, but it's a little unfair. Like these teams are just not at the same level.
Yeah,
but this is good. Collect trophies, man.
Look,
That's all I care
the
about.
team that they
It's
played.
not their fault.
No, it's not
They
their
just
fault.
this past Saturday they played Little Rock.
Yeah.
Little Rock Rangers, and the team had to start a GoFundMe account to raise enough money to make the trip over here.
Yeah.
Budget.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. But speaking of last week's game, our boy, I was at a bridal shower on Saturday, so I couldn't make it out to the Miami FC game. Prior commitments, unfortunately. But our boy, Patricia Fungus over here,
That's right.
not only got to cover the game, but took Lemon City to another level. Tell us a little bit about what you did.
So our boy Achilles, he's the
Friend of the show. Friend of the show.
Yeah.
Kenny's big boy.
Works for Miami FC. He sent us a text message. Hey, well, when do you guys want to be the PA announcer today?
He's like dead ass. I need a
Yeah.
PA announcer for tonight's
Yeah,
game.
it was
I'm
like
not kidding. Can you
yeah.
help?
It was like an hour and a half before the game starts. I was like, shit, can't be late today. So I accepted. I was like, yeah, I'll do it. As soon as I accepted, I went. I took a shit, and got dressed, and I head to the game. Got there with plenty of time to be able to look over all the reads and everything. And
Nice.
yeah, man, I did a good job.
Proud of you, bro.
Yeah. There was one little fuck up, which I was pretty embarrassed about at the half. When I said the score, I said it was 1-0. It was actually 2-0. So I immediately corrected myself, but I was still pretty embarrassed about that.
What?
But
Players fuck up.
it was overshadowed by Achilles' fuck up.
Oh yeah? What was the
So
kid?
Achilles was on sound,
Uh-huh.
right? He was running the sound, and during the national anthem, he accidentally played music.
Oh, dude.
He was killing himself about that, man. I was
He's
like,
a
hey,
boy,
don't
bro.
worry about it, bro. He doesn't usually do sound. We were both doing something for the first time.
Yeah.
So naturally, we had to fuck up.
I was
Actually, that's what's gonna happen, and you
Yeah.
won't never do it again. I bet you that.
I was super jealous because I really wanted to be a PA announcer. Like that is
Oh,
like
yeah.
I would.
Dude, it was a lot of fun,
It
man.
was
I got
cool,
to
like-
I got to yell goal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, go! I was that
Nice.
guy.
You were that guy.
Whenever you hear somebody yell goal, I was that guy.
And
on
that's
Saturday.
another Miami FC goal by Jaime
Yeah.
Chavez. Right? Was it like
I
that?
told
Did
you,
he
I
score
always,
it?
I always liked your voice, Gus. Like,
Oh,
you got
thanks,
that
man.
voice.
Nobody likes
Yeah?
mine.
Yeah, I like
Alright.
your voice, man.
That makes me happy. I'm a happy camper.
Yeah. But see,
But
it would have been cool because I would have been like, or what I was thinking as soon as they said this stuff, I was like, oh man, I get to call substitutions. Like, coming in for
Yes.
your Miami FC, this substitution is brought to you by Lemon City Live.
Yeah, you can throw
Coming onto the field, number 10, Ariel Martinez.
yeah, see, I want us to be invited back to do it, so I didn't do that.
Hey, bro, sometimes you gotta seize the moment, bro. Seize the moment
But-
in front of all those people there.
There was when they added extra time at the half, it was 2 minutes,
Mhm.
and I wanted to steal Mike Villamonte's 2 minutos. Man.
Dos
Ah,
minutos.
I didn't do it. But what I did get to do is, you know how the Day Brigade has that Mason Trafford
Mhm.
song? There's only one Mason,
Mason
Trafford.
Trafford.
So that day, they happened to be giving away a Mason Trafford signed jersey.
Nice.
So when I read that read, I was like, oh, head over to the Miami SC Foundation tent to win Mason Trafford signed jersey. And then I said, there's only one Mason Trafford. That was fun.
Nice.
Yeah,
I like it, dude.
that was my joke of the day.
That was a joke of the day. But it was a good time.
Yeah.
Gus represented Lemon City Live very honorably. Thank you very much for doing that, Gus.
Yeah, man.
So now we have a bit of a conundrum here. We have a International Champions Cup. We have a big Saturday night game. This is a big scheduling faux pas by Miami FC here, I gotta admit. I thought they would.
They are not the ones that handle the schedule.
Well,
for the
okay,
playoffs.
but you know,
NPSL.
scheduling football that affects Miami FC then.
Oh, okay.
Because the same night that they're going to be playing their playoff game or another playoff game here, there's also going to be a giant, two big soccer teams. Manchester City and Bayern Munich is going to be playing at the Hard Rock Stadium, so it's going to be a tough pool to get people in there. We're still.
It's gonna be just Day Brigade, probably.
It's gonna be just Day Brigade. We're still trying to figure out exactly how we're gonna handle it. We might have to be at both places at once.
That's fine.
But we'll see. We'll see how we do it. But that's coming up. We also have Real Madrid versus Real Madrid versus Manchester United next Tuesday, which leads us to this next conundrum here. If all goes well there, then we might have to record a day early. I'm thinking.
A day early or a day later.
Or a day later, a day early, so we can have our
That's right.
our homeboy here join us. I think that would probably be the most logical. So stay tuned next week. We might be on Monday, might be on Tuesday, might be on Wednesday. I don't know. But as we get closer to the day, we'll know. We'll let you guys know.
Yeah.
But I think that's wait, we got a sign off message over here. It says peace, fellas, good show, good night, fuck LeBron James. So good job there. Thank you, Jesse. Anyway, that's the sign off for everything. So we got that coming up next Tuesday. So that our schedule for the next week is a little revolving and it's up in the air right now. We're trying to figure it out, but stay with us. 11citylive.com. We're always working to bring you the best content. We got the Nonsense podcast. We got the Lemon City Live podcast. We got the Cheap Seats articles. I've been writing stuff about the Rays. I know a lot about Rays baseball now, man.
That's great.
So I've been doing that beat. We do a lot of stuff there. We got the Big Three coverage that we did. Plus, we got Orlando Pride, women's soccer. We got Orlando City men's soccer, Miami FC. We do a lot, man. We got a lot there. So go out there, go on our website, give us a like, give us a share. We really appreciate it. I want to thank the people for sticking with us here tonight.
Did you say Rowdies?
The Rowdies. Oh, we do Rowdies as well. Shout out to Tampa, man. They've been real good to us, man.
Yeah, man.
Tampa City FC.
Thanks, Tampa.
We got a new subscriber. Thank you, Nathan.
Yes, sir.
For the subscription.
Appreciate you, Nathan.
Appreciate it. Says got to do this again next week. Absolutely. We'll be doing it next week. It'll be a lot of fun. So, any parting last words here before we sign off for the night?
Go!
Hey. All right. But anyway, I think that's it. I think we're done.
Yeah.
We're good. We're good, man. We're good.
Thank you,
Thank
YouTube.
you,
Yes.
YouTube.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for being part of the
We
first ever
appreciate
Lemon
you.
City Live.
We're sorry it took
Live
us
stream.
120 episodes. We definitely we'll do this again.
Yeah.
And but thank you to everybody who watched, everybody who's listening throughout the week, and everybody who's helped out, all the subscribers, all the likes. Thank you. And I think that's it, man.
That's it.
Good
Shout out
night,
to my people in
guys.
Nicaragua.
All right, guys,
Love
send
you.
us home. Hit the horns. All right, guys.
That was a great show,
Let's do the say bye to everybody here.
Deuces.
Uh-oh.
Thank you, guys, for listening. You are day one. You're day one people.
Day one people right there.
Day
Yes,
one.
sir.
Gus. say
Thank
hi.
you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
We love
Thank
you.
everybody. Wait, how do I flip this camera here so I can say hi? Oh, man, damn, I'm looking. Let's just flip it back. All right, thank you guys so much for